All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tom. It is Saturday morning, 10:40 a.m. on your Eastern dial. I asked them to wait 60 seconds, and they didn't. I have not done this in a long time. I hope I'm doing it correctly. I'm sharing my screen. I have myself in the stream. Someone please let me know if they're out there in TV land, if they can see this. I know that someone like Michael Reed sometimes listens. We've got a second down and 7 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Off tackle right for Aaron Jones. Guessed correctly. 6 guessed right is no gain. Aaron Jones, not that good, guessed correctly, which plagues Jay Dillon, the Cincinnati Bengals coach. This is a matchup, SOMIFA wild card game. We had, I believe, Paul Mankowitz's Houston Texans defeating Bradley Miller's Lions, perhaps? No, Scott Miller's Buffalo Bills yesterday morning in a game unseen by all. Now it's 3rd and 7 for the Bengals. Opening possession. There was a touchback on the kickoff. This is only the third place from scrimmage. They go 3 wide. Derek Carr is the quarterback. Aaron Jones in the backfield. One pass, Tyler Higbee. Defense double teaming with the safety, Tracy Walker. Defender X are incomplete. That's incomplete. And a good call by Zeb Strong with the strong call. Jalen Thompson only a 4, white die 5, but the double team smothers that action. And Jay is forced to punt here on the opening kickoff. Trey Way, no way. Punts it 53 yards down inside the Dallas 20-yard line. Garnett Olszewski has a touchdown on 3 and 10 plus 26. He's got some other good things to get there. 4 is plus 13, 10 is plus 26. There's a 26-yard return. Jay choosing to kick away to the dangerous Olszewski. And he may be saying, Olszewski, what am I doing punting to this guy? Maybe I should punt it out of bounds. We'll see if he chooses to employ that strategy. Excellent field position for Dallas on the first possession. These two men, two of the finest STRAT football coaches anywhere, certainly the SOMIFA family of leagues, and I would say anywhere, with multiple championships under their belts to prove it, and all kinds of success and good job managing and all kinds of things like that. 1st and 10, Andy Dalton quarterbacking these Dallas Cowboys into the postseason this year. Derrick Henry has more to do with their success. And, of course, the center 6. Looking past to Jonnu Smith, even double teaming elsewhere, no one there. Receiver gets wrong as the outside linebacker from the 2 tight end formation was assigned with that coverage, but Jay brought the linebackers up, trying to plug some run holes of Derrick Henry's while guessing pass. And receiver gets wrong is 10 plus 16 for Jonnu Smith, who I remember Zeb drafting when I had my eye on him in the draft several years ago. It's Mo Alley Cox and Jonnu Smith, the 2 tight ends. Both 6s, don't you know? One's a 6, one's a 4. Bad eyesight. My glasses waiting for me in the next room. I have to open them. They just came from the VA. Donovan Peoples-Jones, we the Peoples, at 1 wide receiver. Is that Jalen Guyton? At the other, Jalen Guyton. Trippins wrong run call. 4 men in the zone, however. Jay bringing it up there, not respecting Andy Dalton's deep arm strength. And Jay with a tremendous secondary has got all 6s and a 5 at strong safety. You can go. 2nd down and 10 for the Cowboys. They're at Cincinnati 39. So soon they'll be in field goal position. I don't know what his kicker is from way out here in Strat. It's not as often that we try the flat pass. Guess wrong, but 2 men in the zone. But it's on the offensive card. 6 is plus 8 for Andy Dalton to Nick Boyle, making it a 3rd down and 2 for the Cowboys at the Bengal 31. These guys playing fast and furious. Jay playing a 3-4, even though I think of him as a 4-3 guy. Goes 4-6-5. Linebackers 4-5-4-5 against the pass. And that vaunted secondary, 3-6, strong safety 5. Only, I think, a 10-6 record for the Bengals. Bit of a disappointment, but look for a potential deep run in the playoffs if you can get past Zeb Strong's Cowboys. Zeb, again, 2 excellent coaches. 2 great coaches, I would say. Off tackle right for Derrick Henry, guessed correctly. Nose tackle -1 plus 3. Daquan Jones is a nose tackle 6. Makes the tackle. Make sure I get my drink as I tell my assistant something, and you guys hear it. It's a 4th down and 3 for the Cowboys. And the Brandon McManus comes out for the 49-yard field goal attempt. McManus. And it's up and good, 2-10. No variable comes into play there. And the Cowboys take a 3-0 lead on the strength of a goal gutter Olszewski 26-yard punt return and a 16-yard completion. That's all you needed. The kick goes deep into the end zone for a touchback, as they mostly do nowadays. And Jay comes out in offense. I'm all paranoid about whether I'm doing this right because I've been a long time. There's some rust. Though I feel chipper. Looks like I'm doing it correctly. We got 1st and 10 for the Bengals. Two tight end formation. Derek Carr, the quarterback. Aaron Jones, the running back, a little bit chunky. Emmanuel Sanders, Allen Robinson, ex-SOMIFA Jet at wideout. Is traded to Jay a couple years back. Tyler Higbee right today. Tyler Rudolph on the left. Linebacker Aaron Jones, even calls run, puts no one in zone. Offensive center plus 10 plus 2. Keith Pouncey, the 6 on the trading block in SSFA, I believe, makes a block there. No trading block here, as we are deep. We are in the postseason, not deep, but early. 2 5s on the left side for Jay. So line bucks and off tackles to the left, especially with that right outside, right in 4. I'd be curious to know what this right inside's run rating is. I'm looking past Allen Robinson, even gets his run no one in zone. This should be good for the Bengals. I pass no men to Allen Robinson. That should be good yardage. And sure enough, it's a short game. The defense scored 15 yards at a first down for the Bengals up at midfield. Cincinnati Bengals in the NFL playoffs with Joe Burrow. Turned around that franchise in a hurry. So it happens when you get that good quarterback. And if you look at my Jets, you see what happens when you don't get him. First and 10 for the Bengals at the 50. Early first quarter. Their second possession. They're 3 on the first. Latavius Murray checks in. Got a very fine card. Short pass wrong to Allen Robinson. 3 men there. And 3 is complete for 14 yards at first down. Derek Carr's got a very strong card. His long pass ability is good. His short pass ability is good. One thing to look for with him, because I have him in SSFA, 6.8 snap fumble. That is very high. Most quarterbacks have 1.0. He's going to drop the ball on the ground about once every other game. And that's an automatic -2 and a potential turnover. So watch to see if that rears its ugly head either today or if the Bengals should proceed in the postseason. Look for it to come up and hurt them. First and 10 for the Bengals at the Dallas 36. Aaron Jones checks back in. Left tackle right to Jones. Even guesses wrong. They've got 2 linebackers blitzing there. Defensive downside tackle, +5 or +2. Braden Smith, the Indianapolis Colt, makes a tackle. He's a 5 versus a white die 4. You got a center 6 and 3 other 5s amongst the regular down linemen for the Bengals. And you have a right guard 4. Running around end, not as enticing regarding the blocking, as both tight ends are a 4, and there's no blocking back in play. And that blocking back can be important on the end runs, especially to your left. Second down and 5, short pass. Allen Robinson, defense calls running again. 4 men in zone. 6 plus 15, plus 11 rather. I do need those glasses. 4 and 10. The only incompletion to Carr's short pass wrong column outside of the 11 interception split. And he does, it looks like, have 7 right and wrong, which means that Jay is eligible for winning the Super Bowl. That's an old joke for those of you who linger on the Stratomatic Fan Forum. Mid-first quarter, Bengals 3-0, but they're at the Cowboy 20-yard line. This game is going fast and furious. No Tom Cook mode in this one. Off tackle left to Latavius Murray. Defense calls run 1 linebacker there. And defensive end 0 + 7. 7-yard gain. Emmanuel Ogbo could not make the play. And I tend to go over to League Manager when I want to click on teams. Dallas was 9 and 7. Cincinnati 10 and 6. Is that right? Yes, this game's in Cincinnati. That is right. 2nd and 3. I think this is a 6-7 matchup. I don't remember. But there's some buys in play. Flat pass right, Emmanuel Sanders gets his pass. Double teaming elsewhere. Linebacker is only a 4. 10's complete for Derek Carr for 4 yards. Carr, I think there was a little bit of picks on the short pass right, long pass right. He's not uber low. You're not in the Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers territory. But he's also not, bad with it, like a bad Phillip Rivers year. Just a little. I need to double check that. Right now, first and goal for the Bengals at 5. And they do not go full house. They go 2 tights, 2 wides, 1 running back. Their Carr's got a very fine short pass card. Always worried about the interception down near the goal line when you know the defense is going to have 4 men in the zone. Off tackle left, Aaron Jones. Defense double teaming 2 guys elsewhere. 2 linebackers there. -2. It's dangerous to run that off tackle down inside the 10 versus 3-4 because when you get 2 linebackers in there, you're losing yardage. A lot of the times, the defense's card, you see 4, 6, and 12. A lot of the time, maybe that's exaggeration, but those are just flat losses on 4 and 6, not even a split reading. So, and that's what Jay just experienced. And I don't know what happened here. I had him at first and goal at the 5. Now I'm seeing second and goal at the 11. So is it a glasses issue? My eyesight is not as horrible as making it sound. And we're right, Aaron Jones guessed correctly. Good call by Jay, by Zeb rather, and 8 is still +5. As Jay avoids that 5, 6, 7 loss of yards at the end, right. Would have been +6 on wrong, but it's still a -3 on 6. But a lot of big plays there. So Jay going touchdown or nothing, or maybe hitting a defense with no one there, try and pop something there like the 8+12, running on the defensive end 4. But he settles for the 5-yard gain. And a 3rd and goal for the 6. He stays 2 tight ends, 2 wides, 1 running back, making it more dangerous to run the ball. He's got Latavius Murray in there, who's got some good short gain yardage on the off tackle wrong. Not as chunky as Aaron Jones. That's what you want in this situation. Don't need chunky. You need consistency. 5:24 to go. Little cat and mouse. Short up is Kyle Rudolph. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Rudolph covered by a 5, it looks like. Can Carr thread the needle? Fenix a short game. That's a 6 on the white die. Miles Jack, the 5, is very fine in coverage, but not that play, as Kyle Rudolph juked him with a nice old-fashioned move, and it's a 6-yard touchdown to the big tight end who plays for the Minnesota Vikings, and I think a Notre Dame product, perhaps. And now 6-3 Bengals. The extra point is up and good by Dustin Hopkins. Makes it 7-3 Bengals here in the later part of the first quarter. And both these teams are good returners. That kick goes deep into the end of Jakeem Grant, but recently acquired an SSFA. I try to field a good team this year. I do have a good team, but I try to make them a little better this year than I usually do. And there's 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-3 Bengals. Cowboys have the ball at their own 25 following the kickoff. If anyone is out there in TV land and can let me know if they're seeing the broadcast okay and we're hearing the broadcast okay, that would be greatly appreciated. Off tackle right to Derrick Henry. Defense gets incorrectly. Offensive onside tackle 6-1. Darrell Williams could not make the block. He's a 5. So you see the white die coming in. Seb's 5 did not make the play in defense, cost him a touchdown on 3rd and goal. And then his offensive tackle 5 can't make the play on the block on 1st and 10. So how those 4s and 5s perform can often have a lot to say, a lot to do with the fortunes of each team in these games. If 4s make the plays, they should fail, and 5s fail in the plays, they should succeed. That happens a lot. Off tackle right to Derrick Henry. Nobody there. Dreaded 5 on off tackle wrong in Derrick Henry's card. It's oh so more dreaded when 9-12 is plus 21 short gain, long gain plus 34, and 2 and 3 is plus 47 in short gain. That's 4, 7, 9, 10. 4, 7, 9, 10. I'm a little rusty. 13 units of short gain or better, with 8 of it being plus 21 or better, and you hit the dreaded 5. That's not what you want. And even everything else is pretty good. 4s plus 2. Everything else 4 yards or better. As Deb likes to stay ahead of the sticks. I know when you're behind the sticks, it's bad down a distance. They're still being ahead of the sticks, ahead of the chains. 3rd and goal for the 9. 3 wide for the Cowboys. Jakeem Grant, your 3rd receiver. Zach Pascal, another receiver. Cam Newton is quarterbacking this possession. Is that correct? I think that was erroneous. And I bet that what happened, I had some problems a couple of years ago before I upgraded to Windows 10, where my playoff formations would just not be correct. And I would not be surprised if that's what happened here. Now, I did not notice whether or not Cam was in the game on the first 2 possessions. As I got an S28 mentioned from Michael, you can't message me in the SOMIFA channel. I'm doing the playoff game. I have to look over here and I see a Strat 28 message. This is SOMIFA, Michael. Come on now. Get your head in the game. Message me in SOMIFA. Let's go. Come on, Mr. Reeves. Trying to sneak into those one-to-win playoffs at 8-8 with a good team. Could be tough if he gets in there on the opposition. And that's what Zeb said. That's what we had a problem with. I'm like the watcher. And for those of you who know Marvel Comics, I'm not supposed to interfere. But there has been a problem at times in the past. I experienced it. Maybe one other guy did too, with playoff depth charts just not being correct. And Zev says that for whatever reason, Cam Newton was forcing himself onto the field. The only formation that had him as a quarterback was a 3 wide. But Zev called timeout, and Andy Dalton comes back in, and Cam is furious. He's taking the helmet and the chin strap off in very angry fashion, sitting on the bench. No one wants to be near him now. He's a grumpy Cam Newton. He's at that part of his career where he probably should be grumpy. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Dalvin Cook's the running back. We still have the right receivers in there. Fly pass right to John Smith, defense calls pass, and 7's complete for 5 yards. As I got a little boop noise, I'm guessing that's the new stream ride noise. It is. Tim Bollier is there. Tim, can you tell me if you can hear me on Slack? Tell me if you were able to see the broadcast fine. I don't know what I'm asking. It's live. And we have a punt and a fumble recovered by the defense. Oh, my goodness. Khalif Raymond returns the punt, -2 yards, fumbles the ball. Derrick Henry, you got to do your special teams depth charts to avoid this. Derrick Henry on special teams for the Cowboys, not the best use of his skills, but he recovers the fumble. This should be the default when you do the depth chart should be that they put the backups in on all the special teams formations, particularly the skill positions. So you don't have, long pass, Jalen Guyton, defensive pass, nobody there. Picked off 8 and 12 on Andy Dalton's car, but 11 to split incomplete. Oh, my stars and garters, the Red Rifle, looking to cash in after the turnover with a touchdown effort on the bomb to Jalen Guyton. But instead, it was an errant throw, a little wobbly from the Red Rifle, and almost picked off. And you have the turnover and the punt return. You can't do anything about that. Then you miss an interception for 2 8 and 12, and you say, damn it. Short pass wrong as Donovan Peoples-Jones, 4-man, 3-man there. 6 is complete for 10 yards and a first down from the Red Rifle. And that's what I'll be calling on the rest of the game, don't you know? Shade to the rookie Glennon. 1, 3, 6, 11, 15, 17 short pass wrong units for Dalton. But you get the receiver in there. Just jacked it up to about 21. You'd like that to be higher. 17 is a low number. You'd like to be at least 20, I'd say. Everyone left Derrick Henry, guessed correctly, but nobody there. And defensive end -2, a +3. That defensive is a 5. Olivia Vernon makes the play. Loss of 2. Don't often find a lot of 4s on a Javelin defense, and this one's no exception. You got 3 4s out there. The left end 4, left outside 4, right inside 4. Teams that play a 3-4 will often have one fairly weak inside linebacker. The secondary is Studley. 3 6s and a strong safety 5. Linebacker Derrick Henry on 2nd and 12. Offensive center +10 or +2. That is a Deb Strong center, so he makes the block. Automatic 6 is, I believe, the Strat rule that if Zeb Strong is coaching a team, the center automatically becomes a 6. I think he has multiple 6s perhaps now. I think he finally traded Jason Kelsey. So it's up to Ryan Kelly to carry the load. And Tim Bollier giving me the old, maybe not full screen. I'm listening, but my camera not connected. Okay. Am I not full screen? I think I'm full screen. So anyway, got this. You know about these things. We got 3rd and 2 for the Cowboys at the. I missed the play. It was a no gain on a Dalvin Cook and run right on 3rd and 2. As I'm going to hear from the producers after this one. And it's 4th and 2 for Dallas at the 6. They decided to try for the field goal. Brandon McManus, a 23-yard attempt. Up and good. All these do analytics. Zeb still plays it kind of by the book. He will go for the 4th downs, though. He's not Marty Schottenheimer. But he will play by the book. So I'll take my 3 points. Make it a 7-6 game. The kick goes 3 yards into the end zone. It's taken out by Travis Homer. He's such a homer. And why not? It's only 3 yards deep. See how smart Jay Villing is. These guys know their personnel. A lot of guys, just down it. Travis Homer's got a pretty decent card. And 7, 8, 12, +36, +29 long gain. Why not take it out? He's rewarded with an additional 3 yards of field position as he's at his own 28 instead of his 25. So we'll watch for that. On 9 and 6. Aaron right to Aaron Jones. 9 and 6 are the kickoffs that we'll see run back by Jay. That's a 1 yard, 3 yard deep. Aaron pitch out right to Aaron Jones. Defensive end -2 or +3. Brian Burns can't make the play. Known for his pass rushing. It's a white die 4, a white die 6 versus a 4. And Michael says it is full screen. Thank you, Mr. Reeves. Enjoying some breakfast over there, perhaps? Long pass, Allen Robinson on 2nd and 7. He was double teaming elsewhere, single coverage. 10 is incomplete on Derek Carr's long pass right card. Carr is 2, 6, 11, and 12 pickoff there. Not awful, but not the best nowadays. 1, 3, 6, 10. It's a 7, 14 long pass card. 14 years long pass wrong. That is pretty good for a modern quarterback. Excellent for modern quarterback in Stratomatic football. 3rd and 7 for the Cincinnati Bengals at their own 31. They come out 3 wide. Tim Patrick's your third receiver. He's covered by a 4. Starting corners for the Bengals, the Cowboys rather, are a 6-5. That free safety is a 0. Tracy Walker. Maybe that's one of the reasons he's double teaming a lot. He's a 0 anyway. Short pass Tim Patrick being covered by a 4. 4 men in the zone. He was double teaming elsewhere. 6 is complete for 11 yards and a first down for Derek Carr. 2, 7, 13, 14 units of short pass right. Pick off 2 to 4, 11 to 12. Again, not horrible, but slightly higher than you'd like. And that's what we all want. Stratomatic going back as long as I've been playing it, which is, oh my goodness, closing in at 50 years. No, that can't be right. I'm not that old. It's 40-some odd years that I've been playing this game. Almost 45. Long pass wrong. Tyler Higbee, nobody there. Coming by 4. Looking for a defender extra long gain. Or something good. Picked off 2 to 3, 11 to 12. Intercepted by the defense. A long pass. No man gets to 4. Picked off in Dallas territory. At his own 18-yard line, perhaps. No, that's bad math. The 28, I think. And his return 20 yards plus a fumble. Fumble over the midfield. We're coming by the Cowboys. Oh, my stars and garters. What a play that was. Long pass wrong. No man to Tyler Higbee. Covered by a 4. White die was a 4. We didn't know that ahead of time. Picked off 2 to 3, 11 on the defense's guard. Intercepted by Jalen Thompson. Run back 22 yards. And then fumbled by Brandon Williams, the nose tackle, hustling. He was trying to set some blocks. He saw the loose ball, turned and fell on it. What dexterity by the big man. Short pass to Donovan Peoples-Jones, 4 men in zone, 2 blitzes on. It's a must run after Jerome Baker can't get home on the pass rush situation. 5 versus a 9. 11 yards for Dalton, who's looking very spry at his age. 2 to 5, 10 yards or more. 2 to 7, 7 2 to 8, 5 yards or more. Lamar Jackson getting jealous. Who knows? 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the Bengal 39. We got a good one here in Cincinnati. Would you expect any differently between these two coaches and these two teams? Early second quarter, 7-6. There have been now 2 Bengal turnovers. Cowboys driving. Flat pass left. Derrick Henry gets wrong. Short gain, 3. Right and wrong is 14 yards and a big first down for the Cowboys down at the Bengal 25. Punt return fumble in Cincinnati territory. Yielded only 3 points for the Cowboys. Can they cash in to a greater degree after this interception? I played some Dungeons & Dragons last night. That's what I've been doing a lot lately. Got another session tonight in a different game. I quite enjoy it. Perhaps some rumors of a SOMIFA Dungeons & Dragons game. Well, that's wrong to Jalen Guyton. Nobody there. Receiving gets wrong. 8 plus 27. Touchdown Cowboys. Just like that. Jalen Guyton, one of Justin Herbert's friends. 12-18 in the long pass. That's why he's out there. That's why he got drafted. Zeb says, I'm going to run, and throw some bombs. We'll try to hit some big plays with the short pass, and he gets it there. Touchdown Cowboys. They cash in after the interception of Derek Carr. And the extra point by Brandon McManus is up and good. Any of you who watched the TV show Oz, there's a character named McManus. They used to always say his name, McManus. Kind of like that. I kind of like saying it that way. Kickoff goes deep into the end zone, 8 yards, and Cincinnati takes a knee this time. It's a touchback because that kick's a little too deep to take out. And they come out trailing 13-7, but Jay is not going to fold his cards. He's no cheap tent. That's for sure. And it's a 13-7 game. He's had some misfortune and plenty of time to turn around. He's got a very good team, and he's an excellent coach. Let's take a right. Latavius Murray. Defense is giving Tyler Higbee a lot of extra attention today. Offensive onside guard plus 7 plus 2, but Ode Abushi could not make the block. Only a 4. He is the weak link in the run blocking amongst these offensive linemen for the Bengals. The 5 down linemen. The tight ends, no great shakes in the blocking department as they reach a 4. 2nd and 8 Bengals. They're at their own 27. I don't even remember how the Bengals drive really went. Long pass, Aaron Jones. Team double teaming correctly. No soup for you. 5. Oh, that's what you want to see because that 5, I think, was complete. That was a long game, ladies and gentlemen. That's a timely double team. Instead of a long gain, Aaron Jones, it's an incomplete pass. And you force the offense into 3rd down and 8 from their own 27. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Aaron Jones is still in the game. Tim Patrick's gotten the call the last 3rd down and long we saw. It's a short pass, Tyler Higbee. Defense double teams Patrick this time. Foreman in the zone. 5 is including Derek Carr's card. He has, I think, hit 1 or 2 of those before on the short pass right this morning, but not that time. It's a punt for the Bengals. Trey Whaley, he lets me punt to the way to Olszewski. He does 43 at punt. He's taking his chances, punting to Olszewski. Already has a 26-yard return, and this time returns at only 2 yards. Much ado about nothing, but you can feel the anticipation when Gunnar Olszewski has a chance to get his hand to the football and return that punt with that 3 touchdown and 10 plus 26 and 4 plus 13. 13-7 Cowboys to get the ball to their own 32. Haven't seen much success from Derrick Henry yet. It's been short field for the Cowboys. And the big bomb from Andy Dalton to Jalen Guyton. One pass to Jalen Guyton. If he gets his run, gets wrong, no there again. Oh, man. But unlike Zeb, well, I can't say unlike Zeb, Jay's trusting his corners, 6s, to go man-on-man with the likes of Jalen Guyton. And Stephon Gilmore on the right side, former NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Jay saying he can handle it. I don't mind giving you a run call, nobody in the zone, because I got a 6 on the right side and a 6 on the left side, and you guys go to all Cox defended by 5. Flat pass right, Derrick Henry gets wrong. Short gain, 11 yards and a first down. Second reception for Henry. He's done more in the flat pass receiving department today than he has on the ground. That's unlikely to continue. This new StreamYard beep is in effect. Nathan Baylor, we see him drinking the cup of coffee with the LA Dodger hat on. Quick glance into the crowd as he's scouting for his Atlanta Falcons, who are one of the higher seeds this year behind, I believe, Gardner Minshew. God bless you. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their own 43. It's West Coast, a little AM call for flat pass again to Derrick Henry against the 4. And White Die 6 plus 20. Derrick Henry in the receiving game. Jay Billings says, that's not what my scouting report showed me. I see this guy running all over the place. Now all of a sudden he's catching flat passes. What's going on here? That's not his forte. He's not what he's known for. He's not Damian Tomlinson type of double threat, or let's go back to the days of number 34, Walter Payton. Sweetness. Would do it all. 6-7 blocking. Even started, of course, a Monday Night Football game at quarterback for a depleted Bears offense, which is probably a better call than a healthy Mike Tomczak. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the Bengal 37. Mid-second quarter. Short pass down on Peoples-Jones. 3 men there. Just go by 6. 1 blitz on. Dump off. Defender +2 or +8. Let's see who gets the dump off. It is Devin McCourty makes a nice play. I don't know who the hell he was covering. Mo Alley Cox, the tight end. So that's a strong safety, McCourty. Think of him in the NFL as more of a free safety. 2-yard gain, second. I'm getting a lot of booping. That's an StreamYard notification that's new to me. I haven't called a game in ages, and there was no StreamYard booping before. So there's a 5th spectator now. 2nd and 8, mid-second quarter. Cowboys at the Bengal 35. They're driving, trying to go up by 2 scores. The Red Rifle, 9 of 12, $111, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Derrick Henry in there. Tough to play defense when Derrick Henry's in the backfield, and the quarterback can do anything. This is not next year's Sam Darnold. Flat pass right for Derrick Henry. Defense close pass. Nobody there. Receiver gets wrong. +9. You see Henry's corner is not that great. But Zeb is saying you double team my other guys. I want to save my short long pass options for my outside receivers. Let me throw it to the guy that I know you're not going to double cover. And I'll take my chance with the flat pass. Seeing he got some yardage there. And Zeb would probably give me a very full and intelligent explanation about why it's a good play, because he knows. And down in 10 at the Bengal 26. 4 catches, 54 yards for Derrick Henry. I would have had the under on the Derrick Henry receiving yardage bet. Flat pass right, Mo Alley Cox. Defense gets his pass. 6 +2, second 8. Speaking of betting, thanks to the wonderful people in Albany, perhaps, or Washington, who knows? We have legalized betting in New York State now online. I played my first legal wagers the other day. I've got the Chiefs -2.5 tomorrow. I think that is a great bet. Also, that Dennis, $20 -1. Using that money, Dennis. I like Patrick Mahomes. 2nd down and 8 for the Cowboys. You're betting on fool's gold there with those Buffalo Bills. They're fine, but let's see what they do tomorrow. 2nd down and 8. I'll look stupid. This is public information now, so I'll look stupid if the Bills win. 2nd and 8 for the Cowboys. Short pass down on Peoples-Jones. 3-minute zone. 1 blitz on. It looks like a dump off for 9 yards, unless that was the previous play. It wasn't. We have a dump off for 9 yards to Mo Alley Cox. There used to be a little more of a delay in between the play click and the result, but not right now. And no, there's no time for delay. These guys are calling plays. No Tom Cook slow mode here, Nathan. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the Cincinnati 15. They lead 13-7. 6 minutes to go. The Bengals got a strong team. Cowboys have a fine team and a very excellent coach. Looking past to guess who? Derrick Henry. Defender X +1 to +3. Cincinnati really could use a defender to help with that play, but there isn't one on the field. +3. That's the Stratomatic reading, Jay. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm reading Stratomatic text. Dialogue, if you will. 2nd and 7. Henry got 5 catches for 57 yards. Will Jay eventually double team Henry? And will Zeb catch him napping? Big series here. Defense for the Bengals. 5 minutes left in Morley Cox. 6 and +2. Zeb, give me that white die 6, please. No, you get a white die 4, Zeb. You can have everything. You already got 2 turnovers. Don't be greedy. That's just me. Speculate, of course. Zeb is probably not thinking those things. He's far too even-keeled to get upset about getting a white die 4 on 2nd and 7 when he's already leading 13-7 in deep in opponent territory. 3rd and 5, Cowboys at the Cincinnati 10. 4:48 to go in the first half. Nick Boyle left, who's a 6. Mo Cox right. No John Smith on the field. Could be indicating more of a running play, perhaps. What kind of that right outside linebacker is a 0 against the run? Kevin Pierre-Louis. So Derrick Henry may be pitching outside left. We'll see. Zed knows the possibilities. These guys have all the angles covered. Nickel 3-3-5. Maybe some support from Mr. Louis Pierre to help with the old, what do you call it? Run containment. Josie Jewell, middle linebacker, is a 5 against the run. Short pass, Zach Pascal, Foreman in zone. Pascal coming by 6. Dump off and play. 4 is 11 yards and a touchdown. The Red Rifle feeling it. Shades of his Cincinnati Bengals days in the regular season because he always failed in the playoffs. And this is a SOMIFA playoff game, 19-7. The Cowboys going up big on these Bengals, but this is definitely not over. And the extra point is no good. I was wondering if I might go for 2. And interesting, that extra point is only 2-9 good. Sometimes I feel like your extra points like 2-9, 2-9, 12. If you've got a decent matchup, you might as well try for 2. You make at least 50% of the time. So I'm not saying he should have gone for 2 there, but you could make an argument for it more easily. 19-7 Cowboys. We'll see if that rears its ugly head later in the game. Kick down to the goal line. Dante Moncrief will take it out, trying to pop a 7 + 36. But he gets a 6 + 22. 12 is a long game. 2 + 53. So certainly reasonable to take the kick out of the goal line. So I forgot the goal line, but so we're going to see more kick returns. The Bengals don't want to see too many kick returns. I mean, the Cowboys are scoring points. But on the -1 yard deep and at the goal line at -3, so you got 14 units there where you'll see it. Left left Aaron Jones. Jake could use a big run for Mr. Jones. He almost gets it. 10 + 3. 11 was a long gain. Shoestring tackle by the inside linebacker, preventing Aaron Jones from getting into that open real estate. And 2nd and 7 Bengals at their own 25, 3:36 to go. Huge sequence here. Huge sequence. This last 3:36, because if Jay can drive and put some points on the board, it's like, all right, Jesus, at least I got some goddamn points on the board. And if not, you're down 97, and I think he's kicking off to Zeb to start the second half. Let's take a right to Mr. Jones. He's chunky. And there's snake eyes. Aaron Jones rips one into the secondary, and he's going to be hard to catch. It's +59 on Mr. Jones' card, flipping the field all the way to the Dallas 16-yard line. And there's she puts the chunk in chunky with that roll. Oh, my goodness. Jay says, that's what I'm talking about. And don't score too quickly. That's always a weird thing to think of. You're down 19-7. Jay says, I want the ball in the end zone. I'll take it this play if you give it to me, and I'll see what happens on defense. But ideally, you take some time off the clock. Mr. Allen Robinson, successful double team. Jay's already has 2 turnovers. They receive a double team incomplete on 11 for Mr. Robinson. Carr looking for Mr. Robinson's neighborhood that time. And it was incomplete, guessed correctly. That's an Eddie Murphy reference if you're scoring at home. 2:42 to go. 19-7. Bengals at the Dallas 16. This is SOMIFA football, folks. 2 excellent coaches, 2 good teams. Looking past Latavius Murray. Linebacker 4 in the zone. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 10 is complete for 4 yards in Derek Carr's card. Derek a shaky 7 of 13 for 65 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. 3rd and 6 for the Bengals at the Dallas 12. Big play here. Am I going to get a touchdown? Am I going to get a field goal? What's it going to be? I should say, or a field goal attempt. The way these kickers are going nowadays. Is it just me, or have we had a kicker regression? The moved back extra point distance, I think has messed with these guys psychologically. They're not doing as well as they once did, unless it's like for 55 yards. Then they're amazing. 3rd and 6 for the Bengals at the Dallas 12. 2:06 to go. He's used some clock. Now he needs the first down. I think Carr's hit a couple of these already. Jay's not been shy about throwing the ball here. Aaron Jones a little chunky. At center is a 6. Inside linebackers. Flat pass right to Allen Robinson. Defense double team elsewhere. Linebackers only 4. 5 is complete with 6 yards at the first down. The veteran Robinson right at the sticks. He knows what he's doing. What a shrewd pickup by Jay. Where did he get him from for the New York Jets? The wide receiver factory. Nathan, is DeAndre Hopkins still on the team over there, Nathan? Or has he been traded? I think he traded him during a rebuild, soft rebuild. 1st and goal from the 6. And Jay goes full house. Alex Jones? No, that's a controversial guy. We don't want him on the show. Aaron Jones, Latavius Berry, and Alex Armah, I think, the fullback. Armah. I don't want to do my homework. 1st and goal from the 6. Full house. So you're going 6-6-5 in the interior. I don't want to sit off tackle, Jay, and lose those yardage. Jay flashing his rings at me as I make that comment. Short pass to Allen Robinson, he gets wrong. 4-minute zone. Receiver plus 14. Allen Robinson with the 3rd and 6 flat pass reception for the first down. Sam runs it perfectly right into the corner. Carr lofts it up there. Touchdown. Even the corner 6 can't defend it. 19-13. Dustin Hopkins after the extra point. It's up a good 2-10 and 12. That's what I'm talking about, says Dustin. Take that, Brandon McManus. And it's 19-14, a little kicker trash talk. It's also common. Touchback. Maybe punter trash talk. Who's that guy? The former Colt guy? Who's on the does the podcast and stuff? Pat McAfee? That's the guy? I don't watch those things, but I've seen a clip somewhere. I've heard tell of them. Aaron Rodgers getting in trouble on those shows. How's my elucidation, Michael? Are my words not as well articulated as they should be? I've got that New York mumble. It's a family trait and the heavy New York accent. And open the jaw. La, 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 la. I actually do some slight voice exercises about 2 minutes before the broadcast. But habits are hard to break. 1st and 10, Cowboys are on 25. Emmerich wrong to Derrick Henry. 12 box scores plus 45. Derrick Henry, I was about to say, you're going to see Zeb try and pop Derrick Henry here if he can. These chunky running backs in the last 2 minutes, we all know what's going to happen. That chunky running back, he wants to give him a couple of carries here. Do I call run? Sometimes you call run, the guy throws the pass. You give up 15 yards now on a short pass or a flat pass. Box scores plus 45. Suddenly, Dallas at the Cincinnati 30. Dallas down a timeout because of that stupid playoff substitution situation where Cam Newton was accidentally in at quarterback of the 3 wide. Certainly not what Zeb had intended. And I see a Slack reference, probably dealing with my articulation. We'll get to that at halftime. 97 seconds to go. So Zeb's down a timeout, but it might not be necessary because 2 timeouts from the 30, 1:37 to go. That should be enough. Flat pass wrong to Derrick Henry again. Plus 6, 8 yards. And it is the Derrick Henry show all of a sudden here. As Henry's got 6 catches for 65 yards. He has a 45-yard run. Andy Dalton, 16 of 19, a $154, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And it's 2nd down and 2 for the Cowboys at the Bengal 22, a $115 to go. They look like they went hurry up there because there was 137 before that play. Oh, it would suck at that time that hurt them. Johnny Smith in at left tight end this time. He knows that wants to run a line buck. Haven't seen much of that today. Right there, Henry. Successful run key by the Bengals. They sell out, and 5's read at 5 -2. It was almost an entire dreaded column, but Derrick Henry's got 8+2, 6+1. In the old days, that was a clean fumble. In the old free and individualized fumbles days, or those of you who go back to the big card, circa 1977, let's say, Lyle Mitchell on the Colts had a good card that year. 3rd and 4 for the Cowboys. At the Bengals 24. I think McManus is one of the better kickers in this year's set. I don't have my normal encyclopedic knowledge of things like kicking cards, particularly with me not playing Battle Royale this year. I've reduced my strat involvement, as everyone knows. Love still capable of sending a stupid email, as Mick Bond could tell you. 3rd and 4 for the Cowboys at the Bengals 24. 45 seconds to go. 3 wide, 1 halfback on 3rd and 4. Defense stays base 3-4. Well, we see a flat pass. A flat pass. Maybe to Johnny Smith. You can't double team, really. You can't double team a flat pass from this. When it's 3 wide versus a base defense, you cannot double team with the free safety. So flat pass right to Zach Pascal, covered by the 6. Linebacker zone only 4. Extra joke gain. Foye Oluokun makes a nice play. 4 on a 4. The wrath of Oluokun makes the play, and McManus will have to come out for a field goal to try to make an 8-point game, which shows you, if it's good, how much that extra point are. 2-10. He's better. See what I'm saying? McManus, why are you better kicking longer field goals than shorter extra points? That's kind of a scrub thing to do, but these kickers are the extra points in their head. 22-14, that missed extra point would have been 23-14. Kick goes 9 yards deep at the end zone. Now, with only 30 seconds left, will he take it out? Try to pop that 12-long gain? No, he takes a knee. Says, I want to get a little Aaron Jones action, perhaps, in these last 30 seconds. 3 timeouts for the Bengals. They're at their own 25, 22-14. High-scoring first half, partly powered by short fields and 2 turnovers. Well, the 2 turnovers by the Bengals generated 2 short fields for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's 1st and 10 Bengals. It goes too tight. Stay away from that white die. And we're left Aaron Jones. He's got chunkiness here. There's a long gain on like a 9 or something like that. Oh, my gosh. Snake eyes. Plus 77. Aaron Jones turns the corner, and he's off to the races. And no one's going to get him. He's to the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown Bengals. Aaron Jones. Oh, my stars and garters. Plus 59, plus 77. Does he have a plus 100 on the card? Because we're going up. It's 10 carries, 161 yards. That's a 16.1 average. That'll make a wide receiver envious. And it's 22-20. Chunky in the final 2 minutes. Didn't I say it a little while ago? And they're handing the ball to Chunky back in the final 2 minutes. And what is he doing? He's ripping off huge chunks of real estate. And the Bengals go full house to try to tie the game. Oh, my goodness. Shades of Adrian Peterson, Jay, from that run many years ago. Linebacker Latavius Murray, defense guesses correctly. The blocking is a 6.65. You won the defense's card. Blocking back plus 2 is 0. Armah, I'm going to make the block. Alex Armah complaining to his mother, but he makes the block anyway. 5 and a 5. 22-22. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, says Jay Villing. That's the LA Cool J reference. We have a tie game, 20-23. 15 seconds left. Can we get any more action in this first half? Because we got a 2 tight, 2 wide with Derrick Henry. Everyone and his brother knows that Zeb wants to run with Henry, so look for a long pass to Guyton. Oh, Jay, you're attempting fade. He goes dime. Use up those carries. Oh, he goes dime. We know he's going to run with Henry here. Oh, he's giving it to him. Jay says, I dare you. I double dog dare you. Let's see what Henry does with these carries here against the dime. I'm not going dime. I'm too cowardly. Linebacker draw to Henry. That's Pat Stedding. Run the run. Maybe that's what the plus 99 is or whatever. He always has some kind of crazy run on this card. 10 yards for Henry at the middle. Defense calls timeout, and why not? We're give him 3 shots from a dime against Henry, whose long was only 94 last year. He's off year. It's on the 2. That's what he's going for. And 11's a long gain. Now Jay goes nickel. He says, you know what? I don't like the way I felt calling that dime, giving him a free run for him either. Let me have Zay have a moment's doubt to think maybe Jay's going to call a run. At least give him the doubt. Linebacker draw to Henry. Look at that, 2 or 11. 6 is plus 4. All right. I'm supposed to be a neutral broadcaster. I want to see that 2 or 11. Look what we had. We've had plus 59, plus 77, plus 45. All these running backs going wild with big runs here. All in the last 3 minutes. I just show me one more. I'm not greedy. I'm greedy. But so what? We all want to see it. We got a studio audience here of onlookers. They got Tim Bollier, and it's 3 wide to running back. I'm going to trick you into thinking that I'm suffering from the white die rule, but I'm not. It's only a reduction in my run blocking. Jay knows that, though. You're not playing a neophyte there on the Bengals sideline. Nickel 3-3-5. I'm not going to let you know I'm calling pass. Come on, Derek. What do you got for us? 2 or 11. The whole world wants to see it. We need a 61-yard gain. Will J. Cole run? I bet J. Cole's run here. Linebacker throw to Henry, calls pass. Will he get a true 11? 3 in 72 chance. It's a 4% chance, but it's his third straight time. 3 is plus 26. Just missed it. So a little stat padding as he was going for the so Henry brushed up the middle for 26 yards, tries to make a cut. Can't elude the defender as time expires. What an exciting first half. 10 for 91 for Henry. 9.1 rushing average. A distant second in this game to Aaron Jones, 16.1 rushing average. We get a good half call and a very nice 22-22. It was 19-7, and then all of a sudden, the roof came off of this mother sucker. And I get it eloquent as always. Michael, I'm talking about articulation, not about vocabulary. Oh, I give Michael such a hard time. Michael's my age, but because he came around a few years ago and was new to the online strat, not as experienced, it seemed like he was much younger. Plus, he has got that positive attitude and just a telling him the full head of hair. Is that what happens? You stay positive, you don't go bald? No, because Dennis is bald. And Dennis is as positive as anybody. I'm trying to find a reason to something to blame for my receding hairline. The thinning of the hair. It sounds like a tragic novel if I've ever heard of one. We've got, there's Mick. Hello, Mick. We got Tim, we got Nathan, we got Mick. Anybody else here? I don't know. I was going to invite you guys onto this stream, but I'm feeling kind of greedy. I'm going to hog the spotlight. My one-man show here, Nathan. I think they're enjoying a turn back the clock night. If you can turn back the clock at night at 11:26 in the morning. I should drink some water and take advantage of the halftime. Let's talk about next year's quarterback class. Because you got 7 quarterbacks who will probably, I think it's 7. The reign in Spain falls mainly on the plane. You have 7 quarterbacks, I believe, who will probably be scheduled or quite possibly be scheduled to be NFL starters next year. Don't forget Jordan Love if Aaron Rodgers departs Green Bay. And pretty much Matt Jones is the only one of those who you really feel like you have confidence in. This is going to be a very interesting draft. All right, so we got the kickoff to start the second half. And the second half's got a lot of work to do once they match the first. The kick goes deep into the end zone. The Cowboys receiving. Game reset 22-22. It might as well be 0-0, except that would have been a lot more boring. Not really. I like a good low-scoring game. As long as it's close, keep it tense. But 22-22. I would have lost my money in Vegas here, or now here in Queens, New York, since I can legally bet a line. We had another boop there. If anyone wants to be on the stream, let me know. Zeb Strong. Mike McCarthy suggested that last line buck to him before the half, he said. He's running his end of game offense. Oh, Mr. McCarthy. Defending the play a couple days ago. It was the right play call, just bad execution. That's hanging the players out to dry, Mr. McCarthy, is what I believe what that's called. 2nd and 3 for the Cowboys at their own 32, as that was a run for Derrick Henry. 11 carries, 90 yards to go, like about 160 yards of offense here. Henry by himself. Short pass down to Peoples-Jones, rookie Derrick Henry. 7 is incomplete for Andy Dalton. That's going to hurt Zeb's odds of winning the Super Bowl, as that Strat Forum poster lamented many years ago. Well, he doesn't have 7 right and wrong on short pass. You could never win a Super Bowl that way. Obviously, that man was incredibly wrong. 3rd and 3 for the Cowboys, their own 32. The Red Rifle shot a blank on that one, but he's been firing with great accuracy so far in the game. I don't know what's going to happen in the second half. It's been a crazy game. Looking past Derrick Henry. Defense calls run. There's a linebacker 6, though. Receiver gets wrong. It looks like complete with no fumble. It's only a 1. Get excited when I see that fumble split column that's now with us. So we got a receiver wrong, and they jump off that card so quickly. But it's 13 yards and a first down to Henry, who has 7 catches for 78 yards. He's got almost 100 yards rushing. Aaron Jones got a $161, and Henry just passed him for total yardage, I don't think Jones has any receptions that I recall. That was an 8 on the receiver die. Getting all kinds of boops here on StreamYard. 1st and 10 from the Dallas from their own 45. How long before Dennis Crowley shows up? We'll take a right to Derrick Henry. Guess right. +2. At least getting some positive yards there. Not exactly like, old school type positive yards from a guy back from the 70s, let's say, but that's pretty good for modern. Not too bad for modern. And one of these years, he didn't have that many yards. Guess right. But the 7 only short game year, 12 carries, 100 yards for Henry. If anyone's watching or listening to the broadcast, they want to join, Slack me and say add me to the stream, or I'll join or whatever. I'll take a right to Henry, guessed correctly again. That's a loss of 1 on the dreaded 5. So 2 straight run calls guessed correctly by Jay. And he says, I need to get some guessed right calls here to slow down this Dallas offense and try and win this stupid game. 3rd and 9 for the Cowboys at their own 46. Not the Red Rifles forte, these 3rd and longs, but the dump off is always in play. I have a hard time scrolling over. Let's see what we got here. And quickly getting what I want. But a couple of 7s at tackle and 5s on the interior for Zeb. He's choosing his offensive formation with great care. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Dalvin Cook's the running back. Johnny Smith, the tight end. And Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook. It's a heck of a 1-2. We don't even see Dalvin Cook. He can't step on the field for this team. Plus it's 3rd and long. Suddenly he's Dave Beckett. 3rd and 9 for the Cowboys. For the Cowboys at their own 46. He'll need him next year, though, because Henry missed half the regular season. So, shotgun, of course, goes without saying. But I said it anyway. 3rd and 9. Short pass to Dalvin Cook being covered by 5. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 4 in zone. And the Red Rifle threads the needle on his own card again. Short pass right 6 plus 10. 1st down for the Cowboys at the Bengal 44. And I'm a head coach. I get annoyed at that. I get annoyed with a quarterback who's not that great, hits the short pass right. You get 10 units of it here. But don't forget, you get 6 units of must run where he's actually pretty good at it. So it's actually a little better short pass right column than you'd think. Teron Armstead having no problem holding off Olivia Vernon on the outside on that 3rd down. What's that go right to Derrick Henry? He was double teaming Derrick Henry that time. Offensive Devontae tackle 6-1. Darrell Williams just not having a good day. 2nd time missing a block, despite being a 5. And we've got a 2nd down and 9 following the 1-yard gain. As the studio one's filling up, there's Mr. Crowley. Let me know if you want to join the broadcast, Dennis. If you do, Slack me around. Just send me a Slack and say, hook me up. You don't have to. I'm just offering. And I'll quickly start talking about Dungeons and Dragons. 2nd down, look at best of Mo Ali Cox. Linebacker zone +1 to +5 is Jamal Adams coming up. He's the one. What will his rating be next year? I don't think it's be a 6. Can you go from a 6 to a 0? Maybe a 4? Who knows? Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? That's why I kept Adrian Phillips and John Johnson on the other team as SFA, probably because of Jamal Adams' dramatic drop-off. I have a Slack. So it's probably Mr. Crowley. Let me get the 3rd down out of the way first, Dennis. Of House Crowley. 3 wide, 1 halfback. 3rd name, Derrick Henry's the back. No shotgun. Noteworthy. You might see an M run looking at Kevin Pierre-Louis 0 at right outside Ornoff tackle. Josie Jewell was in there last time. But who is this for? I'll take a right to Henry. That's why no shotgun. Raise the antenna. Offensive tackle, +3. Darrell Williams down to a 4. Nerf down to a 4. Makes only 3-yard gains instead of a 4th and 5 for the Cowboys at the Cincinnati 39. You're in no man's land. The computer wants a Scottish hammer. But I think we're going to see a go-for situation here. I don't think Zeb's comfortable in this situation. He's going to try the 56-yard field goal by Brandon McManus, who probably has got all kinds of extra sexy distance on his kicks. And it's not been good. 2-8. Man, no, yeah, sure. I'll try 2-8. 56-yard field goal. He must be a Denver kicker. 25-22. And Seahawk 10 says, sure. Man, a few words. Kick goes to the goal line. Is returned 36 yards on the opponent kick return by Dante Moncrief. And
you should add in Tim and Nathan too, man. These guys, this is gonna be good. We'll be quiet. You do the main talking.
I was having a masterful broadcast, Dennis. I didn't want it to be,
but we won't say
potentially diminished by people with that would have been insulting. How can I say this? I wouldn't be less diminished, but it's such a broadcasting flow, Dennis.
But
you like the group broadcast?
Yeah, no, we don't have to do anything, but just add them in just in case there's something good.
Almost as good as a 55-yarder as an extra point, Tim tells me, which is true. McManus 2-8 from 55, Dennis 2-9 in the old XP.
That's crazy.
I'll say it again. If anyone wants to be added to the stream, just Slack me, hook me up, and I'll connect you. Second down and 10, Dennis.
Go back to full screen. That's the only thing.
How do I do that?
I was enjoying listening. So
there we go. Perfect. All right. Second down and 10. Left tackle right to Latavius Murray. Defense double teaming elsewhere. One linebacker in zone. Offensive onside tackle 6 or 1. Braden Smith is no Darrell Williams. He makes the block. He says, I'm the real right tackle in this game. This is 5 makes the block. Zeb saving himself 2 yards by plugging the zone that time. Would have been +8 otherwise. 3rd and 4. Dennis, you're on the West Coast. When did you join this broadcast?
Just joined it 5 minutes ago.
It's been a hell of a game. Mid-third quarter, 25-22. Cowboys over the Bengals. 3rd and 4 for Cincinnati at their own 42. Aaron Jones. Dennis, Aaron Jones and Derrick Henry exchanging huge runs. Flat pass left to Kyle Rudolph. If he gets his run, there's a linebacker there. Should be good for the offense. This is a sign to bad game if you miss this one. 6 on the White Guys, a short game, +17 to Kyle Rudolph as the Bengals cross midfield, get to the Dallas 41. Dennis, we've seen runs almost all in the last 5 minutes of the first half. A +59 for Aaron Jones, +45 for Derrick Henry, +77 for Aaron Jones. And Jay was down 19-7, Dennis, after a fumbled punt return and a Derek Carr interception on a long pass, wrong, no men. Set up Dallas with some shorter fields, and they took advantage of up 19-7. And the Bengals came roaring back behind Aaron Jones' long runs, and that's where we are now. We're talking right there, Latavius Murray on 1st down and 10. Even gets his run, one linebacker zone. Linebacker zone -1 to +10. So many of us focus on the pass coverage rating of these linebackers, and we throw these guys out there. We're not good against the run. And that's what happened there. Jaylen Brown only a 4 against the run. White Die 5, and it's a 10-yard pickup for the offense. 1st and 10 Bengals. Latavius Murray, 4 carries, 26 yards, spelling Aaron Jones. But now in the game for the more consistent presence. Although we can't go deep. There was one long pass Aaron Jones in the first half that was correctly double teamed by Zeb. Flat pass right, Kyle Rudolph. He catches the double team. That's a linebacker double team from Isaiah Simmons. So no. Linebacker zone extra short game. Kyle Van Noy with the Van Nice play. 4 and a 4. Next year he could be a 6, Dennis. Second down and 10 for the Bengals.
So they've been exchanging haymakers back and forth, and now we're down to the nitty-gritty.
Indeed. That's a good way to put it. And the Bengals were never on the ropes because you know that he's got a real good team, probably superior personnel, and we know the type of coach he is. We're talking right for Aaron Jones. No linebackers there, guessed incorrectly. Jay pausing for poise. Don't pause for peril. Snap fumble. Oh, we're coming by the defense. Derek Carr, the snap fumble. Like Dennis, I said it when the game started. I said one thing. I said Carr's got to find Carr. I've got him SFA. One thing you really got to worry about, that 6.8 flat snap fumble. In an era where so many of these starting quarterbacks are 1.0, 6.8, Dennis, by the odds, that's a snap fumble once every 2 games. And at the worst, it's a loss of 2 or 1, a dead play. Not the worst. At best, it's a loss of 1 or 2 yards. At worst, it's a turnover. And I questioned if it would hurt him in this game or in the playoffs because it's going to hurt anyone who has him. And there it hurts him there. And it's a scoring opportunity. The 3rd turnover of the game for the Bengals. I bet did not turn the ball over a lot in the regular season. And the Cowboys taking over their own 33 with the lead, 25-22. Flat pass right to Derrick Henry +1. He's been throwing a ton of flat passes to Derrick Henry, and it's been working well. So that time only 1 yard. And then Henry got going on the ground. You can see why the team becomes hard to call plays against. 2nd and 9 for the Cowboys, 134. I'm sorry, Dennis.
Well, just imagine Derrick Henry with Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback, which is what I got to face in the S28 Super Bowl against the same coach.
Flat pass left, John Smith, 2-minute zone. 5 is incomplete. That was a White Die 6, so good call by Jay Villing. Kevin Louis Pierre's got a 5 rating for the year, but he needed some help in that one, and Jamal Adams provided it. I didn't realize 3 was a clean pick on the average. Oh, the good. That's a good. That's why. Okay. Bengals got the good pass defense cards. 3rd and 9 for Dallas out their own 34. A little frustrating, I think, for Jay Dennis that the Red Rifle has hit a couple of these short pass rights on his own card, including one for a touchdown down around the 10-yard line. And Jay's thinking 3rd and long, and if the Red Rifle, that should be a good opportunity for you to go off the field. The short pass right's a little better than you think, though. Only 2 units of completion, only 10 units of completion, but 8 must run. His must run is pretty decent. 2 to 5, 10 yards or more, and down to 8 is +5. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Dalvin Cook in. Short pass to We the Peoples. And dump off. Defender +2 or +8. Jay's got good secondary back there. And it's only a 2-yard completion. Kevin Pierre-Louis makes the play. That's something we don't think about. You get a dump off. If you have good defense, you might hit that 3 and you only get 2 yards. And that is the difference between a first down and a punt. So the Cowboys got a punt at 4th and 7. The Scottish Hammer, I think, making his first appearance of the day, Dennis.
So you got to feel good if you're Jay to be able to withstand it. But think about it. He's got the fumble punt, you said, and then a snap fumble. So he's got these things that he's overcoming, and still he's within striking distance.
And the long pass wrong, no meant interception on the defense's card. 2 3 and 11.
So 3 really unlucky events, and he's still right in there.
And that's Jay Villing. You're not going to blow him out. He's staying there. So even against adversity. 1st and 10 for the Bengals. Late 3rd quarter. Flat pass right. Tyler Higbee. Defense. No man there. Defense does something else that's going to be guessed wrong. Receiver gets wrong. +17 for Mr. Higbee. A big pickup for the tight end. Bringing the Bengals up to their own 36-yard line. Incomplete guess right, Dennis. So the wrong time. You picked the wrong time to leave me, Lucille. Wrong time for Zeb to bring the linebackers out for a long pass look with the old wide receiver linebacker double team.
That could be like a British crime TV show, Rudolph and Mr. Higbee.
Yes, Mr. Higbee. Yeah, all kind of. It could be like a cartoon character, like Mr. Peebles. We had a defensive tackle. Yeah, it's +7 and +33. Yes, there's something very formal and stiff. We got 2nd and 3 for the Bengals. Their own 43. Aaron Jones, 11 carries, $168. That was the first carry of the second half. Off that clock to Latavius Murray, who's not chunky. That's why he gets in here. The short game gets wrong, +15. That's a pretty nice block of long column with 3, 8, 13, 14 units of short game or better. And wow, only 6 units that are worse than +4. And when you have the dreaded 5 taking up 4 of those units, that's pretty good. 30 of 36 +4 or more for Mr. Murray. And the Bengals got a first down in Dallas territory at the 42. If you get a chance, then check out the total yardage. I'm wondering if the Bengals are leading now, as they've been giving the Cowboys short fields, but they've been doing well otherwise. And we're left Aaron Jones gets wrong. Kusi on the big play, 9 to long gain. Pause for poise. Short gain, Aaron Jones, 4 in his guard, 15 yards to the first down. He's having a big day today. Only 9 units of short gain or better, and some very ugly numbers in there. 2, 7, 13, 16, 18 units, half that column, Dennis. Half of that column, 2 yards or less, gets wrong. Not what you want, but there's some good things after you hit it. He hit it that time. 12 carries, $183. Flat pass right to Mr. Jones. Linebacker 4 there. And receiver gets right, incomplete for Aaron. Jay's like one of that 8, 9, 10 action. It's a very good guess wrong card, of course. And a spectator has joined.
Well, that's me, because I was just watching your broadcast. So you wanted me to check the total yards. It's 334 for the Bengals and 295 for the Cowboys right now. So,
all right, so pretty
Bengals
close. Okay. Bengals thinking to get in the end zone this time, or at least tie the game. Flat pass left, Aaron Jones throwing at that linebacker 5. Linebacker zone +1 or +5. Miles Jack makes the play. Nathan knows all about that. 3rd and 9 for the Bengals at the Dallas 26.
He doesn't know Jack? He does know Jack.
He knows all about that because Miles Jack is on his team. And he was briefly on the trade market, but has since been pulled off of it as Nathan's spring team intends to make the playoffs and see what can happen once they're in there. 3rd and 9. And we've got Patrick Mahomes and Gus Edwards, and Nathan knows how to do his thing. So, they'll be heard from. 3rd and 9 for the Bengals at the Dallas 26. $1:30 to go. I need a kicker on my spring team, Dennis. I'd like another running back, please.
I'm sure you'll find one. Easy peasy on kickers. So many good ones out there.
Linebacker Aaron Jones gets wrong. Nobody back there, 3rd and 9. White die in effect. No obstacle +1 and +12, +1. Brandon Williams a 5 out of 5. So the Bengals went for, let's not lose the field goal position. Let's hope we hit some boxes here. And now this is the type of game, Dennis, where you might see a missed field goal here. It's that type of game. Let's see what happens. It's up and good to 11 and 12. Jay says, close but no cigar, Mr. Cook. 25-25. I had the under, Dennis. Kickoff into the end zone for Jakeem Grant.
What was the line set at?
The line was set at
had to be like 48, something like that, right?
46 and a half.
Okay, got it.
48, you're probably right. 40, let's go 47. Yeah, you're right. 47, 48, yeah, 47. Remember, Zeb's conservative, so
true.
Those long drives. Flat pass right, Mo Ali Cox. Even gets his run wrong. +8 to Mr. Cox. The red rifle, Dennis, 22 of 28 for $189. Somebody's going to have like Hall of Fame quarterback go like 15 for 30 the playoff game. They'll be complaining about when they see this one. Second two were in the fourth quarter. I told these guys before the game started it's showtime, and they were putting on a show. 25-25, fourth quarter, Dennis.
Incredible. You are. This is a long time since you've had a broadcast of this quality of coaches and this type of game. So this is perfect.
Looking best to Nick Boyle. Jamal Adams is up there. Linebacker zone. That's the old 3-4 move, Dennis. We got the free safety 6. You split the inside linebackers out. You bring up that safety 6, and you say, I'm going to shut down the flat pass on my card. And Mr. Adams did it that time. Well, Dennis, you could have cut that sentence short. It's been a long time since I've had a broadcast, period.
Yeah, but I
know what you're saying.
I can sense the vim and vigor in your voice and your excitement. This is SOMIFA heaven right now.
Well, I got enough rest. I felt excited to call it. Look, Jay and Zeb.
Yeah, Jay and Zeb.
It's SOMIFA, and then I knew guys would want to hear me call a game. It's been a long time. So the energy was all flowing correctly. As I continue to neglect the production of my spring draft list. 3rd and 2, off tackle left for Derrick Henry. Offensive on Garoppolo 7+2. That's a nobody. It's not a nobody. I don't want to get an angry letter from the Carpenter family. But James Carpenter is a 0. That's a man with a poor rating is what it is.
He's a good pass blocker.
No kind of run blocking. Yeah. See, there's the optimistic spirit I was talking about earlier, Mr. Reeves.
Hey, Carpenter's
likes to listen.
Ex-Seahawk and ex-Jet. So, we both know who.
Well, that's one good and one bad. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Right now, you might rather have some ex-Jets than some current Jets. I don't know. Right now, if you have the word Jet attached to you, it's not usually not a good sign. M run left, Derrick Henry gets incorrectly. He's got a great M run wrong card. Blocking about +5 or -1, loses a yard. When you want to run that M run, Dennis, that's when you need that blocking back. That 10 on the M run gives you +3 or -3, +5 or -1. And that's what blocking back comes in handy is if you do need to run wide. That's why I wanted that blocking back last year with Christian McCaffrey. If you don't have a good M-run runner, the blocking back's not as important. But if you have a good M-run runner and you really want to run it, the blocking back is helpful. 2nd and 11 for the Cowboys.
Picked up Patrick Ricard for me, I think.
Yeah. Short pass wrong. They had Donovan Peoples-Jones. Receiver gets wrong. Incomplete. All kinds of yardage. It's like a 1973 card there for Mr. Peoples. 5, 10, 14, 17, 19. All the incompletions, though, too. 1, 3, 8, 13. I'm still rusty. 16, 22, it looks like. 1, 3, 8, 13, 17, 20, 22. Just got to slow down and take your time sometimes, Dennis.
There you go.
3rd and 11 for the Cowboys at their own 34. As we get to the boop.
Think about this, though. If you use up
hold on, Dennis, big play. Hold on.
Yep.
On 3rd and 11, big play. 3 wide, 1 halfback shotgun formation. Nickel 3-3-5. I'm sorry, that's good.
Well, if you use up all of Derrick Henry's carries, then who does he bring in as a backup? Dalvin Cook.
Yep, short pass, Donovan Peoples-Jones. And quarterback flush from the pocket. Oh, complete for 12 yards and a first down. Jalen Guyton, the unheralded receiver for the Chargers with the good yardage card, even has on the flat pass right there. And Jay's kicking the pebble on the sideline, says, what the blank do I got to do here? What's going on out there?
You can just
killing the Bengals on 3rd and long, Dennis.
You can just picture Guyton stretching that ball over the cone as he's angling for the sideline. Just got.
He did even better than that. He got 12 yards, only needed 9. So 1st and 10 for Dallas. I know what you mean. Absolutely. Yes, he slid and dove, and he's got a long arm. And he got the 3 yards. Absolutely.
Boom.
He caught a touchdown pass early, Dennis. A long pass, receiver wrong. It was a 25-yard touchdown from the Red Rifle. Long pass wrong. Jalen Guyton, no idea, cover 6. Long game in the Red Rifles card. 49-yard completion from Dalton to Jalen Guyton. And it's all the way down to the 5-yard line before Guyton is pushed out of bounds by Stephon Gilmore, who uncharacteristically bit on the pump fake. And it's first and goal, Dallas, at the Bengal 5-yard line. Guyton, 3 receptions, 86 yards. With these Baylor-esque receivers on the Cowboys, Jalen Guyton and Donovan We the Peoples Jones have got the big play capability, Dennis, if not the name recognition. Full house backfield. Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry. Short pass thrown, Gerald Everett, forward in zone. Red Rifle once more. He says, I don't need these star running backs. I'm the Red Rifle. I went to Texas Christian University. And that pass is incomplete, though. Foreman in the zone. And
Zach Pascal gets an appearance here on inside the 10.
Yeah, well, they want possession. He's not worried about the big play right now.
Exactly.
Well, a touchdown would be a big play, but the fans know what I mean. They're familiar with the football vernacular. My book, Dalvin Cook guessed correctly. 11-5 touchdown, +5 for Dalvin Cook, who doesn't have the best guess right card in the world, but he's very dangerous guess wrong, and he makes an appearance here early in the fourth quarter where heroes are made, and the Cowboys take a 31-25 lead. The extra one's only 2-9. We already saw one miss from McManus. I thought he might go for 2 because the extra one's so poor, but he's trying. It's up and good. And it's 32-25. Cowboys over the Bengals.
Wow, Tim is not kidding.
Jason,
That's almost the same. That's almost the same as his long field goal, 2 through 8 or 2 through 9.
Dennis, Tim Bollier does not get around when it comes to kickers.
No, he does not.
He says, I need to know what these numbers are. You're not going to win a SOMIFA championship, Dennis, unless you know what your kicker can do. It is that Tim has that ring. He's a defending champ, don't you know? Tim, how can you join SFA, Tim? Are you on any spring leagues, Tim? You need to join SFA, my friend. There's a waiting list, but I know some people.
This is why you got to add him to the broadcast. But he's in Tecmo. He's in a retro league that's continuing.
Amron right to Aaron Jones. Guess wrong. That's the old IFL league, isn't it? No, that's the Jay Williams league. Amron right to Aaron Jones. There's a long game on Aaron Jones card. Again, +77. I can't believe what I just saw. Amron long game to Aaron Jones, +77. Touchdown. What is the NFL record for postseason yards in a game, Dennis? Because the SOMIFA one is quickly going by the wayside. Aaron Jones with another huge run. He's got, is that right? 14. I do need glasses, but I think that is right. 14 carries, 259 yards for an 18-plus average. Paul Warfield-esque, but he's doing it on the ground. I guess Jay says I can't complain too much about the luck or the misfortune. What a game this is. 32-32.
Anything you can do, I can do better, is what Jay says.
And that over-under has been obliterated by this point, Dennis, because unless it was 63.5, it's been obliterated. 32-32. And you know Zeb wants to see Derrick Henry do something here. But Zeb is so...
The highest rushing total in the NFL is 248 by Eric Dickerson of the Los Angeles Rams against the Dallas Cowboys.
January 4th, 1986. Right? I remember that. Lopez wrong at Jalen Guyton. Stephen Gilmore makes the play this time, defender X. And Aaron Jones has what would be an NFL record, 259 yards rushing against Deb Strong's Dallas Cowboys. And has he been pounding the rock, Dennis? Has it been 40 carries of John Riggins like grinding away? No, it's been 14 carries.
That's crazy.
3 of them are 59 yards or more. Second down and 10 for Dallas. Latavius Murray says, why can't I do that? Second down and 10 for Dallas. After the long pass wrong, incomplete. Stephen Gilmore making a play. And run right to Derrick Henry, gets wrong. 9 to long gain. +42 Derrick Henry. Oh, my goodness. We picked a good Saturday morning to call a game, ladies and gentlemen. 42-yard run for Derrick Henry. Not stop. This is going to go on for the rest of the day. They're going to go 6 quarters here. It's an overtime game, 300 yards each. First and 10 for the Cowboys at the 33. Derrick Henry, 18 carries, $146.
Number 9.
And he's barely halfway to Aaron Jones' performance. The paltry job by Mr. Henry. What was that, Dennis?
Number 9. Both these guys have these big hits on 9 long games.
Number 9. The Beatles reference. First and 10 for the Cowboys at the Bengals 33. Short pass wrong to We the Peoples. 3 minute zone, 6 + 10 for the Red Rifle. Says it's not sexy, but I'll take that +10. 25 of 35, 260. The yardage going through the roof, Dennis. We might have 1,000 yards of offense in this game. That could be some exaggeration, but it may not be.
Incredible.
Steve Young wants to play this one. It's been incredible. And not only that, it's all on the line. It's a playoff game. It's win or go home. Dennis, if it's go big or going home, they're going big. 32-32.
As a coach that's also in this playoff field, I wish there was a way that both these teams could lose because these guys are monsters.
Off tackle right to Derrick Henry. Offensive line to tackle 8-3. Again, Darrell Williams. Dennis, is there an injury report? Is Darrell Williams playing hurt today? That's his third missed block. I don't know if he was feeling unwell during the week. He's not his normal self, Dennis. 2nd and 7 for the Cowboys. It's his third straight missed block. He also got nerfed on a 3 wide. I'm not going to give him too much of a hard time for that one. Derrick Henry, 19 for 149. Only 14 more on fatigue carries, Dennis. So Zeb needs to be careful. 9 minutes to go. 2nd 7, looking best in ball like Cox. Hit Jamal Adams in the zone. Receiver gets wrong, complete, no fumble. The fumble tease, Dennis, on the receiver. And don't even see what the reading was. Cox took a good yardage there. That's a 16-yard pickup on a receiver gets wrong. The text tells me that it was a 8? No, 9. That was a 9 on Mo Cox's card. 1st and goal, Cowboys, 32-32. There's so much excitement at the big plays. I even forget what the score is. But it's 32-32. There's still a win or lose situation here. There will be no tie. 8:24 to go. Full house backfield. Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Gerald Everett. He did a 1st and goal pass from the 5 last time. I think from the 4 he's going to run it. Linebacker Derrick Henry up the middle. 9 plus 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. If he's on your SOMIFA Fantasy Football Playoff team, you're upset that he didn't get that extra yard. We'll see what happens this upcoming play. 2nd and goal from the 1. Someone should do that. 2nd and goal from the 1.
That. You do it for the next round.
You can do it, Dennis. I'm writing dungeons. 2nd and goal from the 1.
So only 13 carries left. Only 13 carries left for Derrick Henry, and then after that, 28 carries left for Dalvin Cook.
Andy Dalton taking over himself. Oh, Quinton Spain. He's got the Darrell Williams flu. The contaminant for the right tackle position sliding over. He was a 5. He's bumped up to a 5. White die 6. And the Red Rifle, not known for his driving leg strength, could not get into the ball over the pile into the end zone. 3rd and goal for the 1. Dramatic moment all of a sudden. Full house backfield. Linebacker Derrick Henry. Successful run key. Left guard plus 3 -1. -1, James Carpenter. Tainted by the stink of the New York Jets. Could not make the block. And suddenly it's 4th and goal from the 2 for the Cowboys. They had it. They're going to go for it. Oh,
go big
with
or go
Brandon
home.
Staley when you need him. Dennis likes the call. Brandon Staley likes the call. The Stratomatic guys like the call. Full house backfield. You might see a pass here. I would not be surprised at all.
In run.
Zeb knows the math.
I'm going in run
It would be
Dalvin Cook.
Gerald. I think it would be Everett Dalvin Cook, you say? I'm saying short pass Gerald Everett. Linebacker Derrick Henry. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Center +2 or +0. Ryan Kelly makes the block. It's Zeb Strong, Dennis. When push comes to shove, I'm getting behind the center 6. I'm running up the middle. I'm getting in the end zone 38-32. Does he go for 2? No, he does not. He can put it on the leg of the 2-9 extra point kicker, who's more comfortable from 60. It's up and good. 2-5 on the 5 reading. 39-32. Cowboys bang over the Bengals. 6:18 to go. Jay says this goddamn game. I need more from Aaron Jones. Kick goes deep into the end zone to Dante Moncrief. Will we have a 300-yard rusher? What's the NFL record right now? Somebody cracked 300 a while back, didn't they?
Okay, let me.
I know we're at 296 for a while. Adrian Peterson. He's like 303 now. Was it 298 somewhere in there?
It is.
And you know Zeb. Hold on. Before you said that, Dennis, you know Zeb's thinking Jay wants to throw a bomb sooner or later because I'm running so well. Flat pass rolling to Aaron Jones. Zeb blitzing on the outside, so gets right, complete for 5 yards. Go ahead, Dennis.
296. Adrian Peterson in 2007 against the Chargers. He had Jamal Lewis 295. Jerome Harris 286.
What was the third one?
Jerome Harris, Cleveland Browns against the Kansas City Chiefs in
let's ignore that one.
2009.
Yeah. Adrian Peterson 296. 296 you said, right?
Yep, 296.
All right. 2nd down and 5 for the Bengals at their own 30-yard line. Derek Carr, a lack to 13 for 22, 117. Off tackle left to Latavius Murray. Defense calls run. There's a linebacker there.
Nobody in the long pass zone. That'll be in the back of Jay's mind for next time.
Offensive outside guard +7 to +2, +7 for Roger Saffold making the block. He is a 5 versus a white die 4. As Saffold is making the block, Dennis, he glares at the Dallas Cowboys sideline, particularly eyeing Quinton Spain and James Carpenter, who failed to make those key blocks for the Cowboys down near the end zone. Ryan Kelly says, I'll show you how it's done. There's 3 straight blocking readings, I think, there. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at their own 37, 5:06 to go. They need a touchdown to tie. Short pass Emmanuel Sanders, single coverage, 2 blitzes on, 6 is complete for 11 yards at a first down. Dennis, from left to right, when you get a chance, tell me the pass blocking on the Cincinnati Bengal offensive line.
5, 7, 7, 4, 7. So 3 sevens, a 5, and a
good.
4.
Steps trying to hit that right guard by getting those 2 blitzes in there if he's got some strength on the outside. 1st and 10 at their own 48, 4:30 to go. Winner go home. Jay needs a touchdown and an extra point to tie. That's 2 to 10 and 12, I believe, if memory serves me correctly. I'm getting to the point where it often doesn't. Short pass Allen Robinson, successful double team by Miles Jack. 2 blitzes on. That's +2 for the pass rush. And quarterback flush from the pocket. +20 on the dump off. Derek Carr eludes the pressure. Sees Allen Robinson is double teamed. And then since it's not AW, he goes to a different receiver. It's Latavius Murray out of the backfield for 20 yards and a big first down for the Bengals at the Dallas 32-yard line. 3:54 to go. The clock is a factor. The score is a much greater factor. And the Bengals hoping that they can still be a factor in these SOMIFA playoffs. That's what you call repetition, Dennis.
Right. If only David Pachter was in the game, you'd have the Pachter factor.
That's right. Short pass, Tyler Higbee, Foreman there, but gets in correctly. Carr's card is good. And receiver gets run +13 for Mr. Higbee. What was the title of that show, Dennis?
Rudolph and Mr. Higbee. It's all about the tight ends of the Bengals.
I thought the British Mystery.
That I was just making it up. It just sounds like it.
Okay. Surrey Mysteries with Mr. Higbee or something like that. We find a good British town, Dennis. Who's that football team you like? Looking best, Emmanuel Sanders is a linebacker 4 that defense gets correctly. 1st and 10 to Dallas 19. Picked off 2 to 3 incomplete. Jay says, not that time. Thank you very much. I've had enough turnovers for today. I believe we're at 3 turnovers for the Bengals.
Yep, 2 fumbles and one pick.
There's 1 per 59+ yard you've run for Aaron Jones. 2nd down and 10 for the Bengals at 19. Latavius Murray in the game. He's got the short gains, not the long gains. And Jay says, I need the short gains here. 2 tights, 3 wide. Clash of the Titans in a wild card game. I'm being slacked around. Off tackle right to Murray. Another successful guess right run call for Zeb. And still +7 for Latavius Murray on the 4. Right and wrong. Murray says, you know what? I'm at an age where I don't care what the defense does. I'm going to do the same thing. No matter what.
Zeb's frustrated that I traded Murray to Jay last year for a 4th round pick.
3rd and 3 for the Bengals. I traded for him last year in SFA. He's one of my better backs now in that team for this year. Thanks to McCaffrey's injury turn to his career. 3rd and 3 for the Bengals at the Dallas 12. 2:24 to go. But don't forget, folks, Jay needs a touchdown. Emron left, Aaron Jones going to be more of the hero. Emron wrong. Offensive line today, +9/+4. Kyle Rudolph makes a 4-yard block. Still a first down, so Jones will take it. 15 carries, 263. Interesting call with half of that Emron column. Has got some bad stuff in it on the offense's call. The other half was probably a touchdown, though, in that situation. Just about.
Right, I was just going to say, Zeb can just forget about the end run. He's not going to go and run with all that stuff negative in the middle, but I was wrong.
Yes, and Jay says that's maybe part of why I'll do it because I know he's not going to call it. 1st and goal from the 8. Full house backfield. I know the left inside is only a 4. Gets a run. Off to the right to Murray. Defense calls run. Only 1 linebacker there this time. Offensive on 10 +5 is 0. No gain from the full house.
Mr.
A white
Higbee.
guy 6 beating Mr. Higbee's 5. The marvelous Mr. Higbee.
He didn't have Rudolph with him in the game. That's what happened. They're a tandem.
That's right. It's a powering thing. The 2 tight ends on the field, the blocking goes up an extra 4 points there. It's automatic, makes all the blocks. The new rule for Strat. 2nd and goal from him. If he's also your roommate in road games. I have to imagine these guys have their own hotel room nowadays, don't they? They still pay 2 guys for a room on the road?
No, I doubt it. Well, maybe
I doubt
for
it.
camaraderie, but who knows?
Second goal from the 8th. 90 seconds left.
And what do you do here for time? When do you
Trippers,
start
Allen
calling
Robinson.
timeouts?
Successful double team. He's got to get Derek Carr's card. That was a linebacker double team, so he could have got a receiver just right. That 4 is an incomplete pass. And like I said, Jay needs a touchdown. Don't get too excited. He's at the 12 because now suddenly looking at 3rd and goal from the 8. Only 82 seconds left. That was incomplete, right, wrong, and double teamed. So this is 4 down territory. Let's focus on the actual gameplay here. 3rd and goal from the 8. Aaron Jones in the game. He's been the hero from long distance.
Now, 4 on Aaron Jones's card would have been a short gain, right or wrong. Just FYI.
Sure, pass wrong. Tyler Higbee forming the zone. Carr's card is hot. 7+12 touchdown. Derek Carr to Tyler Higbee. 39-38. Can Dustin Hopkins make the extra point? 2 to 10 and 12. Is Jay going to go for 2? I don't think he's going for 2. You got to try a 2 to 10 and 12 kick.
Too much time left.
Plus, if you go for 2, the other guy has to score if you make it, and you're giving him more incentive to be aggressive here in the last minute, which you don't want. 2 to 10 and 12. 11 loses the game. 8 is good. I want to be a Debbie Downer there, or a negative Nelly. Just calling out the facts. 39-39. 1:07 to go. Dallas has got all 3 timeouts. He goes deep into the end zone. Gernot Olszewski decides to take a knee wisely from 9 yards deep. Now we've got the great Brandon McManus, Dennis.
Tim says
how far is that?
Oh, yeah, I'll check that. But Tim says it's a crazy game like last year's SOMIFA Bowl, which Tim beat me 39-32. But this time it's tied up.
That is correct. I think I missed that game. That may have been during my STRAT sabbatical. What is the distance on McManus' alpha right leg?
He's 2 through 8. 2 through 8. 33 to 41. So after the 41 yard.
Everyone guessed correctly. Derrick Henry. 11 is no gain. What a shrewd call by Jay there, Dennis. Because that would have been
no yards guessed wrong.
Exactly. I'm thinking linebacker off tackle. All right, Jay. But we saw the end of the first half, Dennis. I said people like to run these chunky backs found 2 minutes, and you got big runs. Now it's the end of the game. Jay was giving Zeb the run at halftime, but it's not halftime anymore. One big run, and the game is pretty much over. Because McManus, we all know, dollars to donuts, he will nail the field goal, Dennis. He says, I'm Brandon McManus. Well, if I can guess correctly again for Derrick Henry, loss of 1 on a 9, that would have been plus 21, Dennis, guessed incorrectly. Jay giving Zeb a taste of his own medicine. Zeb have a guessing run correctly a lot here in the 4th quarter. Jay says, I'm not going to let you run with Henry. I'm going to make you throw with a red rifle. And Zeb says, I wish I had. I lost a yard. And he was teased then because he guessed wrong, called plus 21.
Yeah, 9 is incomplete on Dalton's card, no matter what. So
not if it was a flat pass.
Right, but right and wrong on deep pass, he wouldn't have been able to hit a big play.
Yeah, flat pass. The receiver first down. 3rd and 11 with only a minute to go. 3rd and 11 for Dallas. They're on 24. I feel we're not going to go overtime. Just a hunch, Dennis. I just have a hunch this game's going to end in the next 52 seconds. Maybe with a Bengal victory. Just a hunch. I don't know why. The red rifle snap fumble was only 1. Everyone left there and guessed wrong. He's got containment there though, and the white die rears its ugly head. It's only plus 3. Jay slid the linebacker out. No, he was in a nickel. Brought the extra defensive back up. So right. Short containment. Would only been plus 7 otherwise. We have a punt to I don't know who. Jakeem Grant's on Dallas, so I think unless Jakeem Grant is the guy here, it's Khalif Raymond. A 49-yard punt from the Scottish Hammer. A fumble would be disastrous. 7 plus 12, 37-yard net. And just like that, Jay's got the ball zone 36, 37 seconds to go, 1 timeout. Mr. Jones in the backfield stays too tight, so he doesn't have to be subjected to the white die rule. Give me the long distance and the field goals on Dustin Hopkins when you can, Dennis. I don't think he's got the kind of leg that McManus has, certainly, from 33 to 37.
He is 2 through 5, 33, 37.
Flat pass left, Emmanuel Sanders. Higbee being double teamed. White die 6 to play. Linebacker plus 1 or plus 6. Miles Jack makes a nice play. That's 4 in the white die. So Sanders does get out of bounds. The crafty veteran, 2nd 9. You heard it, folks. 2 to 5 plus, but only from the 33 to 37. So if you're Jay, obviously you'll take what you can get, but you really want to get down to about the 30-yard line to even negate to the impact of that variable field goal, ideally the 29. You're talking 30-yard line because you don't have a lot to work with here. It's only 33 yards. got one timeout. Latavius Murray checks in. I'm surprised at that. I'm very surprised, Dennis.
Trying to coax Zeb into a run call, thinking about those short gains off tackle.
With only one timeout off tackle at your own 37, I think Zeb will give him that. Jones has got the big play stuff that puts you right in the field goal range or even in the end zone. I'm surprised at that substitution. Of course, Jay's better coach than I am. Sure, Emmanuel Sanders, successful double team. Zeb blitzing in the off tackle zones. Receiver gets right on the double team is incomplete on a 4.
Incomplete in
Emmanuel Sanders just doesn't. Emmanuel Sanders just doesn't go away, does he? How old is this guy? He's been on like 14 teams. He keeps playing well.
He's available in SSFA. Come get, or in SOMSA. I have him in SOMSA. Come get him.
I'm not in SOMSA, Dennis.
I know. Just putting out there. Free advertisement.
Third and 9 for the Bengals at their own 37. 20 seconds left. Now, Dallas has got Gunnar Olszewski back there. Jay will surely punt it out of bounds. Long pass Tyler Higbee. That safety's a 0. He's given by a 4. There's only one guy back there. Guess correctly. No blitz is really on. He wants something defense's card. 12 box scores. Incomplete Derek Carr's card. He was looking for any defensive back in zone or defender X against a 5 or 6 with a 5 or 6 wide die. He's going to punt it. He's got to go directional here, Dennis, because this man has a touchdown on 3. If you go direction, you get a 1 in 6 chance for the return. It's got to be a coffin corner punt here. Has to be. Yeah, he goes coffin corner for Trey Way, no way. 51 yard, goes 40 yards, gets to that bounds. That's how you want to do it. And now Zeb's got the ball his own 23, 8 seconds left, 39-39. He's got his timeouts. If my prediction to be correct, he has to get about 50 yards of this play, Dennis. Or
which
more.
Is definitely which is possible with Derrick Henry. So what do you do here?
It is.
On defense, do you call run because you respect the hell out of the Henry card, or do you keep 2 men back and call pass?
My hunch right here would be to call pass, even though I think that at the same time I think Zeb's going to run it, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But
no, I totally agree with you. Exactly what I would do.
Does Zeb go deep here, thinking he might get a run call?
No, he sticks with Henry.
Take a chance, go to guide. Well, tackle to Henry. 10's a short gain, too. He's 20 yards, and he's got a timeout. So he's up to his own 43. 11 was a long gain. Now, I was plus 21, but he almost got that anyway. Now, he's got McManus. Where is he good out to? The 41-yard line?
Correct. So he's...
Oh, there's only 1 second left. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
There's only 1 second
left. He's not going to get a field goal.
What am I saying, Dennis? What am I doing over here? You're ahead in the game.
Well, I will put this out there. He's a little closer on that long gain chart. If he hits 11 off tackle, guessed wrong, or 9 hand run, guessed wrong.
Yeah, that's true. And of course, on the line buck, then it's where the plus 94 is on Snake Eyes. So 2 or 11 on line buck gets you in play. You know, with the off tackle, 2 is only plus 47. I think there's a plus 54 or something lurking. So it might be either line buck for the 2 or 11 or M run to pop the 9. I'm not sure what the M run Snake Eyes big run is. The distance of it.
Where is Donovan Peoples-Jones? Don't you want him in there with those long gains?
Well, maybe that's a giveaway. Maybe that shows us he's going to run it with Henry. I don't need to substitute the receiver. Maybe he's got I don't know. Where are we the Peoples? Is that a tell, Dennis? Linebacker Derrick Henry, that was a tell. 2 or 11, 7, 1 yard. Anticlimactic. 1 yard, 27 carries, 176 yards, 1 touchdown. And that's by far only the second best rushing performance of the game. And Dennis, where are we? We're going to overtime.
This game's
Dallas,
so good,
Cincinnati,
we couldn't stop after 4 quarters.
39-39. As I get slacked around. Oh, by Johnny Flowers, Dennis. He wants to end my AW season.
I see.
I only said hi, Tom. I will ignore you, Johnny Flower, because I'm broadcasting a game. Take a deep breath, Dennis.
Done and done.
Zeb says he wishes they could have an actual coin toss for overtime. Dennis, if you like, you can tell them I'll be happy to toss a coin. We'll do it on camera. They'll call it. How we make it happen in the game. That's a problem.
No.
Well, I don't think that in the game of this magnitude they'd be willing to save the game, exit, and reboot until they got the strat coin toss to match the real life coin toss. Boy.
I guess you could have him punt, like punt it to the other guy after the kickoff, but that's not going to happen.
So Nathan, you feeling good about playing? You playing good about playing one of these guys, Nathan, in the playoffs now?
Yeah, get these guys in here. Get a little Anthony. Nathan and Tim, and who else is in the background?
I told the guys that they wanted to join. They tell me on Slack, and they decided not to get the option, Dennis. You need consent.
All right.
You need consent, Dennis.
Okay, fair enough. No means no.
It's overtime. I do like putting them on now. Let's put them on. Nathan's not even there, but Nathan's been at the stream. Tim's been at the stream. They're even self-muted right now, Dennis.
Fair enough.
But they're in the stream. Michael Reeves is never in the stream, hardly, Dennis. He likes to listen to the game.
On the YouTube.
I believe it was the mighty Dan Thorauer who says the mellifluous tones of my broadcasting. So
nice.
I'm here. I'm just playing another strat game while I'm listening.
Nice.
I hope it's in a less important league.
So Tom asked you who you want to face here, Nathan.
No, that's not what I said. I said, boy, after this, Nathan, do you want to face either one of these teams? Not who you want to face, but boy, do you really want to have to face either one of them, is what I said.
Yeah, they're both scary. Actually, Dallas out of me, I think, in the regular.
Dallas what?
I think Dallas beat the hell out of me in the regular season.
What league you playing a game in?
Frozen Tundra.
All righty. All right, we're underway in overtime. Here's the kickoff. It goes 8 yards deep in the end zone for Jakeem Grant. That'll be a knee. And it's the Dallas Cowboys with Derrick Henry and Andy Dalton and Dalvin Cook and We the Peoples Jones and Jalen Guyton having a big day on the outside. It's that offense that takes the field first, knowing that if they can put the ball in the end zone, they win the game.
Such a tough thing to have to guess right against Derrick Henry. That's just a.
This man's only one dice roll away from hitting the end zone. We know that. How about a line book 2 to end the playoff game? One of the best playoff games we've ever called. We've called some excellent ones. This is up there with all of them.
Just make sure you hit go live.
I knew I forgot to do something.
We are live.
We are live before a studio audience. And these men will understand the exchanging pleasantries after the regulation and this type of game. So much respect, of course, not only for this game, but all their accomplishments in the past. Receiver gets right, +7. Zev Strong and adding to his SOMIFA legacy with his outstanding Strat 28 performances, Dennis.
Absolutely. He's
Second
for a
and 3
second championship
for Dallas, and the Seahawks finally making the Super Bowl. What was needed, Dennis, was a change in the front office. That had old general managers weighing the team down. Get that guy out of there. Get them some new blood in there, and bang, in the Super Bowl. That's the way it has to be, right, Dennis?
Yeah, I'm sure that had everything to do with Ron Martin rolling up 9 after 9, giving me a chance to make that crazy comeback.
30-3, Dennis was in the road for the quarter. Flatbush left hand boy, run key there. Nobody there. 6 yards and a first down for Dalton, who didn't do that much in the second half, but a huge first half, and still has short numbers for the game. 28, 38, 291, 2 touchdowns. Nick Boyle's second catch of the day.
Okay, go ahead and mute.
Up at their own 40.
Mute Nathan, because his key clicking is driving me crazy. Like your key clicking my key clicking drives you crazy.
It's done. 1st and 10. Dallas their own 40. McManus with a dangerous leg, but you feel nervous when you settle for a field goal here. Left bus left, John Smith gets run to him. Intercept that defense is covered. Pierre Louis could be a touchdown, but it's no gain. Oh, my stars and garters. Shades of Marlon Humphrey for Zeb intercepting Joe Golden's Mitchell Trubisky in overtime of the Super Bowl a few years ago, returning for a game-winning touchdown. Now it is a reversal of fortune for the Cowboys as they suffer the overtime interception in the SOMIFA playoffs. 2 men in the zone, guessed incorrectly. Jay finally gets a turnover. He's at the Dallas 41. Dennis, field goal wins the game. That
Amazing.
was Zeb's possession. Field goal D and linebacker Aaron Jones, successful run key by Zeb. Linebacker left guard +3 -1. Roger Saffold with Darrell Williams disease misses the block on the 5, loses a yard. 2nd and 11. So tough to play defense, Dennis. When the guy needs a field goal to win, and he's a first down away from getting inside the 32, where the guy is like at least 2-8 or whatever.
He's 228, 11 and 12. Just put that
And
down.
Zeb with the aggressive, correct call. I got to be a little more aggressive with defense. He says, can't stand around and hope for a good roll. I got to try and make it happen. And he run keyed Aaron Jones successfully at 1st and 10. 2nd and 11 Bengals. Latavius Murray in the game. They're at the Dallas 42. 16 carries, 262 for Aaron Jones. That's not a misprint or a misreading. Should have been wrong out Robinson. Defense gets incorrectly. First down is huge here. Carr's card is good. Robinson's maxed. Picked off 2 to 4, 12. Plus 12 on the defense. Short pass, 3 men. The Bengals are at the Dallas 30. If Zeb had 4 men in short pass, that would have been intercepted, I believe, Dennis.
You're correct.
2 to 5, 11 and 12. It would have been 2 to 5, 11 and 12. Zeb's only 2 to 4 plus 12. Shades of Brad and Whedon, Dennis. My misfortunate interception against John Madden many years ago with that stupid team. First in like 45 seconds left. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at the Dallas 30. Look at best guy. We have 2 men in zone. Guess wrong. 3 is in play again. The defense's card. 5 is incomplete on the defense's card. Zeb says, I have to make him go not 1 yard further. Let me keep the valuable field goal in play. Maybe I can get a pushback on that. And, nerf that 2 to 11 and 12, get it down a little bit. And hope they get the variable against that 2 to 5 plus territory. 2nd and 10, Aaron Jones back there. This has been a compelling game start to finish, Dennis.
So 80% field goal from
Aaron Jones. Successful double team. Successful double team on the flat pass. It's a clean pick on Carr's card. 4 out of 72 for an interception here. Picked off 2-9. Down. Intercepted by Kyle Van Noy on a 7 on successful double team. Oh, Jay with the door 7 of the game. Successful double team by Zeb. Oh my God. And he needed it, Dennis.
It totally fits this game. What a game.
Successful double team. Split result was a 7, Dennis. With one man, that's like 2 to 3 or something like that. That would not have been picked off if not for the successful double team. Zeb's successful double team. They're looking past. Dennis, Zeb's first 2 plays there when he had to time in the field goal. Successful run key, successful double team on the flat pass. And he gets a turnover. And this game is crazy. Looking past Derrick Henry. Oh my God. Receiver guessed right. Box scores. Plus 53. Oh my God. Looking pass against a 4. Receiver guessed right. Guessed right to a running back. 12 plus 53 to Derrick Henry. Dallas had the ball. He at the Cincinnati 18. He runs Brandon McManus out there. I don't want to see a fumble. I'm going to take my chances. 35 to field goal to win the game. It's up. Pick up and block. Pick up and block by the defense. And he's going to run it back. Oh my God. He can block by the Bengals. He's going to run it back there. That's on the block kick. Run it back, Jay. Come on. Plus 3 and a fumble. Fumble the block kick. Oh, Dallas recovers the fumble. Oh my God. Oh my stars and garters. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Oh, this is amazing.
That's can't believe what I just seen.
Cry. He gets a 53-yard flat pass to 18. Runs the kicker out for a field goal. Doesn't take any chances. The kick is blocked. Recovered by the defense. He tries to return it. Fumbles the recovery on the return. Recovered by the kicking team. 1st and 10 for Dallas to the Cincinnati 29. I'm out of breath. I'm out of words. What's happening?
I don't believe this. I don't believe what I just saw.
Flat full house backfield for Dallas. I can't even call the formation right. I'm so excited.
Never kick on first down. That is the rule right there.
Zeb doesn't want to hear that right now. Jay doesn't want to hear it either. Linebacker Derrick Henry, short yardage. 2 guys in there, and he gets 4 yards. Joe Baker couldn't make the play. I don't know what's going to happen now.
Bring in the kicker.
Virus for reverse for a touchdown. Well, what is he from out here? You bring him out
2 through
22
10.
to 32.
2 through 10. I think. Maybe I'll double check that.
All right, Brandon McManus comes out. The variable hurting him no longer in play. 42-yard kick. 2 through 10 is good. It's up and it's good. 7, the kick is good. Blocked the first time. You got a better snap this time. 42 to 39 in overtime in one of the most amazing Stratomatic football games you'll ever see. The Dallas Cowboys outlast the Cincinnati Bengals in an amazing game. Neither of these men will sleep easy tonight.
Oh yeah,
driving
Zeb will sleep.
pumping at 3
Zeb
in
will
the
sleep like a
morning.
baby. Zeb will be sleeping.
He'll be too happy. Too much excitement, Dennis.
Maybe so.
He'll be laying in bed with his eyes open, thinking about all the plays that happened at 3 in the morning. There's too much excitement. You can't wind down.
Crazy game. And to think it was captured. Great play-by-play by you, Tom. It's been a really fun Saturday morning for these two, the whole league. Everybody will enjoy this one.
Yep. Let's a good time for quiet reflection.
Do you want to invite the coaches on, or they already know?
Why don't you do that for me if you're able to? Are you able to?
Sure. Yep.
I'm sure Zell will come on. Jay will see. I wouldn't blame him for. I think they're gonna have some back and forth between each other first, which I think makes sense. After a game like that.
Well, take a look at the final statistics. Henry didn't get quite 200 yards rushing, but rushing and receiving, I think he was over 300 combined.
We had over 1,000 yards offense. We had to go to overtime, but we did it at the over 1,000-yard mark. 540 for Dallas, 498 for Cincy. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're not a Strat football fan, Strat is not like an old John Madden game. We just go up and down the field. Strat is a closer to real NFL in terms of the performance, yardage-wise and score-wise and stuff like that. So over 1,000 yards is a big deal. Derrick Henry had 20 carries, 180 yards and a touchdown, and he had 9 catches for 32 yards.
32,
he had 312 yards of offense. Aaron Jones had 200 by himself. Aaron Jones had 262 with 2 touchdowns rushing, and he added 6 yards only in the passing. He had 268. So Dennis, you did have the 2 running backs combined for like 590 yards of offense themselves.
Crazy.
Something like that. 322 and 268. Let's get it right. 322 and 268. 322 and 268. 588 yards of offense for Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones.
Wow.
For 2 guys. For Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones in this game. That would be hard. That would be hard to think has been replicated. I think it's not an NFL record. What have you?
All right. Well, I'm going to jump off. If they come on, if they come on, enjoy the interviews. Thanks for calling it. I got to go.
Oh, that's classic, right? You invite the guys on and you leave. Now I got to talk to them.
Oh, I just said Tom would like to talk to you. That's it.
Okay, all right. Zeb answers was a good game to call. Of course it was, sure. We'll see if they come on. I'm going to mute guys for about 30 seconds while I text these guys. What an amazing performance. Let me mute for a moment. Wow. I mean, the whole game, the big plays, the punt return fumble seemed like nothing now, but punt return fumble, long pass, wrong interception, then it started big craziness with Aaron Jones big plays, and we got someone joining us here. We got Tony on the mainstream. I hope you were watching, Tony. That was an amazing game. If you weren't, definitely watch the rebroadcast. I got a private chat with Tim making a comment about Derrick Henry, one running with 839 and one with no catches. Who Derrick Henry for the 8. We got send me a StreamYard link. It's in the main channel, Zeb. Let me mute this and get him in here. Hold on, gentlemen. I'm a little rusty. How do I mute this? There we go. So Jay Villing is having problems with his StreamYard, so he will not be able to join us, but Zeb is going to come on. Just amazing. And there he is. Hey, Zeb.
Hey, Tom. Good to see you.
Anything? Yeah, good to see you too. Anything interesting happened lately?
Wow. Just out of curiosity, did you see or hear about Dennis's game in S28?
I did.
Both of them pretty crazy games.
Yeah, but this is more of the classic, because I'm not, you don't have to compare when two things are great, because they're both great in their own way. And I didn't see that game. Michael Reeves broadcasted. I was having a lot of issues with his audio, and I was having some problems seeing it well. But I heard about it. He told me all about it afterwards, and I communicated with Dennis about it. And stuff like that. Dennis was, for those who don't know, Dennis was down 30-3 early fourth quarter. So me in a STRAT 20 semifinal, scored 27 points to get the game to overtime, and then won the game. Well, let's talk about this game here. This is our league. I mean, from start to finish, just an amazing, compelling game from start to finish. And that sequence at the end of the first half, I don't know when the first one got hit, but the dueling, the Aaron Jones, Derrick Henry duel, the plus 59, plus 45, plus 77 was just crazy. And like the type of thing that, maybe you get two of those, you rarely get three of those. We both played STRAT for a long, long time, so you might occasionally see something like that, but it's very rare when it happens, and it's very exciting when it happens. And it turns the game from 19-7 Cowboys to 22-22 at the half. And if I know you, go ahead. Go ahead, Zeb.
Oh, well, I thought I was in a great situation to go into halftime with the lead and to get the ball start second half, and obviously that didn't happen.
That's always where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yep. That's always where you want to be, of course, with the lead in the ball, especially if you're up by more than a score or at least a touchdown.
Two things about that end of half sequence there. You probably noticed, but on the last play with 1 second left, Derrick Henry rolled a 3. He just misses the plus 94 on his line buck.
Yes, I commented on that. I was very surprised the way that those last few minutes had gone. I was very surprised when Jay came out with a dime on 1st and 10. I said, you have to at least make Zeb think for a moment he might call a run. I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm telling Zeb, yeah, do what you want with that. The way this game, even at that point, the game had not gotten like just completely insane. It sounded crazy, but like at that point, it was like, oh wow, crazy things are happening, big plays are happening. There's no way I'm giving you, yeah, go ahead, run Derrick Henry 3 times from a dime. I'm just not doing that. I'll go nickel just like out of like a pride or respect thing. Just like, I got to make you. I put you as you stream, Dennis, in case you were there. I got to make you just think for at least have a tiny sliver of doubt in your head.
Well, it's the same thing. When I watch NFL games and I see teams on 4th and 1 go with an empty backfield, it's the same thing. Like why tell the defense ahead of time you're going to pass? Why not at least give them, make them consider the other possibility? And
unless you've got
and Jay immediately went to a 3-3-5 after that first play.
Exactly. Yeah. I think he realized. Wait a minute. I didn't like the sensation I had on that first down play when I had to let you run with Derrick Henry with no doubt about it. Let me switch to nickel. So
the other thing I wanted to mention about that was I still would have had the chance to get up a field goal, and so this kind of miffed me. Was my depth chart was set wrong, and I had Cam Newton in at quarterback, for some reason only in the 3 wide receiver 1 halfback set, and the wide receivers were messed up there too. And I had to call a timeout earlier in the half to get him out because he ran on the field without my knowing it. So I would have had that extra timeout left. I could have called timeout with 1 second left, I think.
Yeah, but we don't want to linger too much on that when the game was so great. But there was an issue that I experienced regularly, consistently several years ago in this league, particularly in SOMIFA leagues, and I think in at least one other league. It almost hurt me badly in a Summer Sprint Super Bowl. Okay, early Summer
with
Super Bowl.
The timing on the timeouts at the end of the half.
No, where for whatever reason your playoff computer manager is different in some way than the regular season computer manager.
Mhm.
And like, it was crazy for me. Like, I had like offensive linemen on the wrong side and all kinds of stuff like that. And it was very, very frustrating because you couldn't have any confidence. But like for you, it was just that one formation. But like I used to have it like, 4, 5, 6 formations. So then you're sitting there trying to focus on a playoff game, and you have no confidence that when you're clicking nickel 3-3-5 or 3 wides, 1 running back, that the personnel is the way it's supposed to be, and that you don't want that type of distraction and that type of negative influence when you're trying to coach a playoff game. But in that, real quick, not to digress too much because this game needs all the attention we can give it, but in a summer sprint Super Bowl against Dan Morin, I had a really good team. I ended up winning the championship that year with that team, but I had the Saints quarterback group because I don't know if you know the dynamic there, but it's a retro league thing, single thing, and Bobby Hebert was my quarterback, and I was at like his 40-yard line, and I didn't realize the computer had substituted Wade Wilson in, right? And I threw a bomb, long pass right. I got 10 on Wade Wilson's card, which was intercepted. And I think it was a long gain on Bobby Hebert's card. And I was like, are you blanking kidding me? In the Super Bowl, and I was trying to win this thing. And like, I didn't have, I hadn't won a championship in a while, I think, or whatever at that point. But it didn't hurt me. I didn't want to win the game handily, but it's like, yeah, that's a strap bug. I don't know why it happens. Ed doesn't know why it happens. It's funny. Once I upgraded to Windows 10 a couple of years ago, it never happened to me ever again.
Well, I will definitely make a point of checking my depth chart before we kick off in my next game, which I believe is going to be against Ed.
Did you ever have Cam Newton in your 3 wide receiver, 1 halfback formation in the regular season?
Well, I mean, it would be a violation of the rules in the regular season too. So I can't imagine that I did. I don't know why I would have.
Sounds like this bug is poking its head up again.
Yeah.
Congratulations, by the way, Zeb. That was just talk a little bit about your emotions as you see these big plays in overtime. What were you thinking when he picked you off and then you were able to get the correct double team? Aaron Jones had not caught a lot of passes, even though he's a great receiver. But up to that point, two catches for 6 yards. So what made you want to double team him there?
Well, I thought he won the game there. I was actually looking at Chris Boswell's card to see sort of what kind of range he needed to get into, and I was kind of playing that like when he got the ball there. I was actually every play I was trying to look at it more like it was, say, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, as opposed to just being like a first down situation, because I felt like all he really wanted to do was he didn't want to take any big chances. So like I think the play previous to that I had, or I might have done some linebacker movement. I figured if he threw the ball, it was going to have to be a look-in pass because he didn't want to throw a flat pass. And so I was going to leave 1, if not 2 people in the look-in zone. Honestly, I was surprised, kind of a little surprised that he did throw it to Aaron Jones there. I probably would have run it just for,
so it's always
ball security.
Yeah. Totally.
And again, I kind of figured that he's trying to get just a couple yards, not trying to go for a big play. So I wasn't really concerned about doubling the wide receivers, where I had paid them more attention, and sort of base down and distance.
Yeah, it was a great call. I mean, it was a game-saving call, obviously. There's no guarantee that he would hit that field goal. He was 2 through, I think it's an 80% field goal, 2 through 8, 11 and 12. So he could have rolled a 9 or 10, but just an amazing game. And that was one of many amazing calls. Right before that, you had missed an interception because he did throw short to get into field goal range.
Mm-hmm.
You flooded the flats. If you had left a guy in the 4-minute zone in the short pass, that was also a pick on the D card. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah. And I'm sure you're looking at those splits on the D card after your game against Ron now.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's incredible. It's too bad that the video quality wasn't better on that. But
and I think I was talking with Michael Reeves a little bit. He was kind of confused during the game, and I think it would have been 5 interceptions Russ threw, but didn't Ron bat down one on 4th down?
Yeah, he did. It was towards the end of the half.
So you guys could have had 9 picks thrown in that game between Russ and Aaron Rodgers, who are both very low interceptions.
Yeah, incredible.
And then
there was Vinny Testaverde and Ryan Leaf over there.
No kidding.
Yeah, so just kind of tying that into a little bit, in that league, in S28, you have Derrick Henry with Patrick Mahomes, which is even a deadlier combo. Did you ever look at upgrading your quarterback here, from Andy Dalton? Because, having that kind of unicorn card that Derrick Henry presents, you want to maximize your chances. Did you explore trade in SOMIFA to upgrade it from Dalton?
I hate to say this,
Jeff,
Dennis,
don't
but
you?
in SOMIFA, Dalton was an upgrade. I traded the 3rd-round pick for him this year.
I see.
But I think what Dennis wants to know is how come you don't want Patrick Mahomes in this team? Why not just get him instead?
Well, because Tim wouldn't deal. I offered Tim a huge blockbuster trade this offseason.
For Dak or for Mahomes?
Oh, no, not for Dak, for Mahomes. I'm not going to make an offer for Dak because I don't like him as much as Tim does.
Right,
and we're not going to come to an agreement on value there.
I got you. Zeb, this was an amazing game. It really was. I mean, it was just so incredible. Now, I feel like I know you. I know your mindset. I feel like, yes, you're up 19-7. You got the turnovers in the first half. You got the big punt return from Olszewski. I was surprised he wasn't punting coffee corner to him right from the get-go, but he was kicking away to him. Now, even though that lead evaporated by halftime, if I know you, it's like, all right, no big deal. It's still a tie game. I'm still in the game. I still got to do my work. I still got to call my game. You're not the type to lament over first half or halftime results, correct? Because even more to the point, what I wanted to say was, at 19-7 in the first half against that team and that coach, and that team was very good. Against that team and that coach, I know you're not sitting there going, oh, great, I'm in great shape, everything's going great. You know that team's going to make a run. You know they're going to come back. You know you get one fluky turnover, whatever, bang, it's a whole new ball game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, One thing, Jay, when we've played in the past, he's been really good at timing up his long passes against me and just catching me with my pants down. And I feel like he's beat me several times by calling long passes at the right time. And he didn't do that today, but he kind of did because Aaron Jones around end was sort of his long pass today.
Well, that's an interesting way to look at it. He did throw the one long pass throw in the first half that was intercepted on your car with no men, 2-3 and 11. That was on a long pass throw and no men. But yeah, it was funny you say that because in broadcasting the game in the second half, I'm thinking Aaron Jones is doing so ludicrously well. Somewhere in the fourth quarter, you got that safety zero back there. I feel like Jay probably take one shot somewhere. Jay probably throw one bomb somewhere, but he never did. I don't think he threw a bomb in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Although, I mean, sometimes when you're behind, sometimes when I'm behind, I will actually dial it in a little bit on offense because I'm expecting the other guy to keep his free safety back and play conservative. So I'll just as long as there's time, I'll let him do that, and I'll just work the flats in a short pass, and that may have been part of Jay's mindset too.
Yeah, well, and of course, this is just something that just crossed my mind because that game was, I mean, just about the best coach game I've ever seen. I mean, you have a hard time. I remember a game a few years ago between two great coaches that was super close and back and forth. You just have a hard time finding a better coach game where, like, when you know the game, right? When you know STRAT football to a great degree, and you see guys doing things, you know that it's not just, run off tackle, run linebacker. You know, there's a lot of thought behind some of these things. So you're seeing some of the things like, man, what great calls these guys are making. And it was like both of you making so many great calls on both sides of the ball. It's a right-wrong game, so no one's going to be right 100% of the time, of course. But it was just amazing. Like the last two plays that Jay had the ball in overtime on offense, you successfully stopped out both times the play. And part of that was you knowing he's at the 30-yard line. I can't let him get any further. I can't let the field goal get any easier. I don't know if it's easier from the 13 to 22, but a first down kills you. You probably wanted to keep the variable field goal in play if you could. Let me keep him around the 30, maybe get a -3 or -4, where this guy's on 2 to 5 or whatever. So you run key successfully on first down. Then you successfully double team the flat on second down. And it paid off in the interception, of course, that turned the game around. And oh my God, the game was so crazy. Flat pass right, running back, 12 plus 53 on the running back.
Running back who's not known for his receiving skills.
Exactly. It's not anymore. You know, it's like that like never happens, and you get it in overtime, and then Zeb's like, oh my God, I'm playing with house money. Get the kicker out here. Blocked kick.
So what did you think about that? Would you have brought the kicker out right away, Tom?
I don't know. I would have been so stunned. I don't know what I don't know what I would have done.
Never kick on first down. Never kick on first down. This game has a bug. I've missed so many kicks when I rush the kicker out there. I'll take a knee or run it up the middle, but I never kick on first down. It's a superstition.
Dennis saying that Strat has a hidden feature where if there's a really big play that suddenly puts you in game-winning field goal position, the kicker's not really ready yet. He wasn't really loosening up enough on the sideline. He's not in the mindset. He's a little rushed. Get one more play out there. You run the full game clock down. He gets.
I should have called a fake on first down. That's what I should have done.
And I could not believe. First of all, he blocks the kick. I'm like, well, he's got to run it back because that's a sexy return shot on the block kicks and the sack fumble recoveries and that type of thing. But of course, there's also the fumble chance, and he hit the fumble. I couldn't believe that. I mean, flat pass running back right, 12 plus 53, blocked 2 to 10 kick, blocked kick return fumbled. The other team recovers. I mean, that is I can't. It's hard to think of a sequence.
So I had actually, I actually had looked. There may have been a small delay there, Tom, because I had actually kind of looked away in disgust when the kick was blocked, and I didn't see him try to advance it. And I looked back at the computer screen, and I saw that it asked me if I wanted to fall on the ball or attempt to return it. So I actually kind of missed a little bit of that play.
Like, oh,
so disgusted.
Like, wait, what is this? Fumble recovery? What? Yes, I'll fall on it, please. Thank you. You know, but yeah, well, I don't blame you. I mean, yeah, the emotion that gave the intent that gave it. I was saying this when I was doing the broadcast. That game regulation ends, and what happens right away? You guys start talking to each other. My God, can you believe how amazing this game is? And like I've seen that before, when you get either a super close player game that comes to the end that's really great, and isn't like decided by BS calls, all right, but just a really great game. There was so much back and forth here in this game, like in big plays on both sides. Or here you get the overtime game. Like at some point after the game, or in this case after regulation, the coaches, like especially guys who've been around for a while, guys who have won championships, guys who know the other guy's a great coach, they always will start talking to each other. Like, man, can you believe this man with a great game? I can't believe, you know, it's like it's like a shared experience type of thing where like the two guys in the game, like you become closer. You become closer because you're sharing this experience together that's so interactive where you're calling each other. You got to call, you know, it takes the two guys to call the plays and to call run and pass, and then you're playing off the other guy, what the other guy's doing, even though you're trying to defeat the other guy, even though it's an adversarial thing. And it's like that. I see that so often in these leagues, particularly guys who've been around for a while, and it's always great to see. And like I've said so many times, and all the coaches seem to agree with me, when you play a game like that, even a playoff game, and everyone wants to win, of course, even when you lose, your primary feeling is like, man, that was just an amazing game. Like, man, that was just a freaking amazing game. You know, more so than I can't believe I lost, or man, I'm bummed out that I lost. I feel like it's always like, my God, what an amazing game. I don't know. Do you feel the same way? I feel like most guys feel that way.
I mean, I try not to, I guess, internalize too much. I mean, you know, I try to take more of the viewpoint that I'm just sort of like watching a game on TV. You know, I'm not out there in the field, you know, unless I make some really boneheaded mistake, like, accidentally calling for a fake punt when I mean to punt, which has happened before. That one still kind of chaps me, but no, I mean, yes, you're involved in it, but at the same time, I guess I'm watching it half as a spectator and half as a participant, and I can appreciate it and kind of feel proud about having close games that are hopefully entertaining for other people to watch as well.
Not me.
We're not all starting with the same team either. I don't have.
No, of course not.
I don't have great expectations going to the playoff game against Ed. I think his team is far superior to me, and he's as good. He's my equal or better as a coach. But even in those type of games, anything can happen, and I still feel like that's probably a 40-60 chance for me.
I hear you. Well, it's interesting you say that because to me, I'm all in. I am totally emotionally invested. Hold on a second. I'm totally emotionally invested in the game. I get angry. I start yelling. They can hear me in the next room. You know what I'm saying? So even though, yes, I'm not on the field, and luck is a factor, and I'm usually I stay pretty cool throughout a good part of the game, and I try not to call plays emotionally. But I will definitely have a strong reaction to the plays. I have a strong reaction. Late in the game, whatever. I have a strong reaction to the results, depending on the situation, of course. It's funny. It'll happen. My SOMIFA team wasn't that good this year, but they were spunky, right? They were 5-5 at one point, this and that. So it's like if I'm 5-5 and my team is not that great, I'm trying to do something crazy like make the playoffs with them, or even go 8-8 at least. And I'm beating some guy 13-3 in the third quarter, and then I fumble a punt, then I get pissed. I'm like, God damn it, this team already sucks, and I'm just trying to get an upset or stay close to the end, and I get a stupid punt return fumble, or if I have a great team, I don't know, it depends. There's certain situations that bother me more than others, It's like if I'm playing with a guy and we good.
I guess the way I'm looking at it is, as long as I'm making reasonable decisions as a coach, then I kind of put it back on the players. I don't know if you noticed in this game, I don't think Darrell Williams could make a block. He got multiple chances to make a block for me, and he's a 5-rated run blocker, and every time it came up a 6. And
he actually was mentioned prominently in the broadcast. And
okay, and you know what? I didn't really let that bother me. I was like, Darrell Williams, he's having a bad game. What a scrub. I kind of put that on a player instead of on myself. And then, on the other hand, Teron Armstead made a number of. Jay was probably getting frustrated because he kept getting the pass rush opportunities, and every time it was coming up against Armstead's 7, and he made every single block. And again, I wasn't like, oh, I made a great call there. It's like, I kind of feel like, and I understand it. They're just numbers in a computer, but I kind of almost identify with them as players. This guy's having a good game. This guy's having a bad game.
I got you. I see. I don't because, to a degree, it's like the running back who really gets going, or whatever, or if there's a certain type of play that's really been going well, then you have confidence in that play. You know what I'm saying? Christian McCaffrey's first good card that he had in SOMIFA, that card just did not get the job done for me. It was so annoying. It seemed like constantly, it was out of 2nd and 7, I give him the ball off tackle wrong 2 yards. It was out of 3rd and 4, I give him the ball off tackle wrong 1 yard. And he had a really solid card for yardage. And it got to by week 9, I was like, I have no confidence on a 2nd and 8 or on 3rd and 4 that I should give him the ball because he's just not getting the job done this year for whatever reason. But meanwhile, I think in that spring is when I started running the ball a lot more for the first time. He had a really good year for me, and I was like, yeah, give McCaffrey the rock, let's go. So from that standpoint, that could happen more, I think, with running backs than anybody else. But
you can see the impact more often with the running back too, because they've got a lot more results on their card.
Yeah, and the quarterback is what am I going to do? I have to pass the ball. He's my quarterback. I'm not going to never pass because he's not doing well for this year or whatever, So, but I think I get angry at the game, if the Darrell Williams thing was happening, I'm not getting mad at Darrell Williams. I'm getting frustrated at the game, and I'm cursing Stratomatic.
Well, so changing subject slightly. I see that Dan Morin left. Apparently, the family of leagues, and I haven't talked to Dan, and I don't know, but
Dan is going to stay in SOMIFA. He
Good.
changed his mind on that. So
okay. I feel like that internalizing that too much and letting that get you too frustrated can lead to burnout, and I don't want to see us lose any more members of this small hobby that we have.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I think for some of us, the passion and getting the emotions around is part of the appeal.
It is. It's a fine line. If there was no passion, then the game wouldn't be fun to play either.
That's right. That's an excellent point. I don't really do spreadsheets anymore, but when I was using them, that's where I'll be cold and clinical. And in game prep, that's where I'll be cold and clinical. But if it's 17-13 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and I, throw a second and 8 flat pass wrong, no men to McCaffrey, and he drops it, I'm going to get mad. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain rules. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it happened to all of us. But there's certain rules, the kicker's missing 2 to 10s. Oh, that kills me. It's like if it's less than 2 to 10, like, all right, I know this guy might miss this kick. But when I miss those 2 to 10s, it gets me so angry. I get very angry in those situations.
I do know.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Like the long pass stuff bothers me less. It's like the guy threw a long pass. I know he's going to get some long gains here. Like even if it's like a 6 beating a 5 or whatever. But it's some of the smaller, like weird stuff or stuff. It's it's like stuff that should obviously happen in your favor. It's stuff that like I made the right call. It's flat pass wrong to McCaffrey. 9 is only incompletion. It's like second and 8. I need a solid play here, and I get like receiver wrong, 9 incomplete. That's I'm like, God damn it! And now I'm gonna throw with my lousy quarterback on third and 8. So speaking of quarterbacks, how about Andy Dalton on third down, first half of this game, and other parts of this game? He kept coming through for you in some 3rd and 8s and spots like that. That had to be frustrating for Jay.
That's not his strength. I try to avoid those as much as I can. I mean, he can make those plays, but it's not. I think I ran it once or twice in that situation, and may have thrown a flat pass. I just try to. With him having a good pass D card, I didn't want to be throwing too many guess right passes into maximum minute coverage, and he did. Again, he made a couple times. It was just good dice. He made a great throw. Like I say, I don't take any credit for that. Way to go, Andy.
That was an amazing. You obviously cannot take credit for a good role in an unfavorable situation. But I'm just saying. But that was just amazing. Think of that sequence with the overtime, with the interception. Both you getting interceptions when the other guys in field goal range, and then the crazy Derrick Henry after that with the reception and the field goal on the block kick. Man, that was amazing.
So as far as Jay, fumbling that block kick back to me in his best Leon Lett style, I've had it drilled in my head twice in SOMIFA this year not to advance fumbles. I had a pretty tight game against Ed, I think it was the first quarter or second quarter. Early in the season, early in that game, Derrick Henry fumbled. I think he's got the minimum fumble chances, and it was a 3rd down situation, and so I tried to advance it to pick up the 1st down. I fumbled the ball again. Ed picked it up and scored, and I think it was a 3 or 4 point game. That could have been the difference between winning and losing. And
sure.
Then late in the season, against Tim and his Bucks, he punted to my 2-yard line, and I was already trailing, and there was, I don't know, like 3 minutes left in the game. It was maybe even less than 3 minutes. So normally I would let that roll in the end zone, but with a great punt return card, I figured, why not return it and see if I can roll a 3 and get that automatic touchdown from Gunnar Olszewski. Olszewski fumbled. Then I've got it on my 1-yard line. And I tried to advance it from there, and the fumble advance went backwards. I was tackled in the end zone for a safety.
Well, there's a difference between offense and defense there, I would say, and the situation, because on that chart, the defense advancing the ball after a blocked kick and a sack is more favorable, I think. I forget the exact rule.
And a receiver fumble.
Okay. So in those situations, not every situation, depending on the game situation, but overwhelming majority of the time, probably at least 80% of the time, certainly, I will advance in those situations. Defense, because the chart looks so favorable. On offense, unless I'm losing badly and need a huge play or have like a horrible matchup, I will never advance a fumble on offense.
So I don't know if I would have advanced that in that situation. Just based on the.
I would have.
From your own 20.
That game is going so crazy. I'm thinking I'm going to end it with a block field goal touchdown or a long game. Like that chart's pretty good. I got to get plus 34. Where that game was going, yes, I'm definitely advancing. I'm definitely advancing that block kick. I'm advancing it. Oh my God, I just got the hugest break of my life. Now I get to roll on that chart. Away we go. I would have advanced it, and then I would have been like, "You idiot! Why'd you advance the fumble?" I thought I would have done. I would have definitely advanced it, and then I'd be kicking myself for advancing it.
Well, here's the other part of the equation. Jay's offense is really good, and he's pretty good at getting chunks of yards and moving the ball down the field. And all he needed was a field goal to win at that point.
True.
So I might have just taken it and said, let my offense go to work.
Yeah, well, you're a little more conservative. Not that you're a little more conservative. Not that you're conservative, but a little more conservative in those type of situations.
Well, if I had a different offense than what Jay does, I wouldn't have. If I had my team from last year with the horrible Marcus Mariota at quarterback, I probably would have tried to advance it because I would have had no confidence my offense could have moved 50 yards and gotten field goal range.
Yeah, there's other factors at play also. Well, for example, I didn't think of this before. Let's say he falls on and he goes 3 and out. Then he's going to kick the Gunnar Olszewski. Touchdown on 3. And if I'm going to call against Brandon McManus, and if I call from corner it, how many yards? What do you need then? Like 8 yards to get in the field goal range, and I lose the game. So there's always, not always, but there are oftentimes things that we might not even think of that could easily come up that are not unlikely.
Well, and Jay's got to make, he's got to make a decision in a matter of seconds. It's not like he's sitting here talking about it for 15 minutes. So
yeah,
the factors that go into rapid thought process might be different than what they would be if you had more time.
Absolutely. And spreadsheets or no, I'm hardly Mr. cold unthinking machine. If I will play my hunches, I will absolutely play my hunches. Not that it makes any sense, but I will do it.
Well, I mean so Tom, when you're playing spreadsheet style, does that help you be less passionate about the game because you're just sort of following what your spreadsheet says instead of you making a decision?
No, I get even angrier when things don't work out because I know I know even more that they are supposed to work out. I was playing Dennis.
Do you get mad at the spreadsheet or do you get mad at Strat?
I always get mad at Strat.
You should get mad at your spreadsheet.
No, they're very good, Zeb. I did the spreadsheets. I didn't do Strat. Spreadsheets are good. I played a Super Bowl with Dennis many years ago when I was first getting into spreadsheets, and I had the average yards per carry and this and that, and it was actually in one of the first summer sprints, and we used a USFL season. I think my quarterback was Alan Risher of the Arizona Rattlers, or whatever the whole team was. It's a guy I never heard of before, even though it was a USFL fan back in the day. And Dennis was averaging 8 yards a carry with only one long run of even 30 yards in there. And he was just getting, and on the spreadsheets, he should have been averaging 5.2 yards a carry. I was like, this is crazy. I was getting really angry because he was so far outperforming what the results should have been. I was getting really pissed at Strat. I wasn't mad at my spreadsheets, but they can be a hindrance because they can take you away from some of the good coaching that and that you've learned over the years. So they give and take, and I think I've done pretty well. I've learned a lot from them. So even not using them, I know some of the things they've taught. So like I know like, oh, in this situation, this is a good play, or I can't give him this because I can't give him this all game because it's too good for him. And sometimes there are things that are a little aren't as obvious, maybe, particularly in the running game, I would say, and maybe in the pass rush situation. The pass rush situation is probably where it helped me the most, I would say.
Because that's really dependent on the matchups.
Yeah, but also having a better feel for what matchups are going to work well for you and to what degree, and maybe how many blitzes you need to bring to really take advantage of certain situations. But I've also found, I don't think I've mentioned this publicly before, that I've had some teams where I get a lot of sacks, like last year's SOMIFA team, and you feel like you're playing great defense, then you look at the points allowed, and you're really not doing that much better than average than you thought. And I think one of the things that happens, I've noticed in some of these pass rushing teams, you don't get as many turnovers because you're not double teaming nearly as often. And I'm wondering if the double, when you double team correctly, come on, the quarterback's card goes from 2 to 4 to a clean pick. And that maybe that's the better way to go. But I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat because Jay and Ron Martin, well, Jay and, of course, the late Ron Dickinson, they used to play great defense without really seeming to be too aggressive at all. And they might have a bunch of fives, but I wouldn't say they had earth-shattering personnel. And they would put up some tremendous defensive numbers at times in these leagues where the rules said favors the offense. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. And defense, I think, is where I'm always trying to understand and tinker and work the more because it's harder. I feel like offense is a lot easier to play. The rules are made for the offense as well in this environment. And, but you play like I'm an Autumn Wind, and when I play Dennis's Battle Royale leagues, there's no dump off in those leagues. It's a totally different animal. And the quality of the defenders will impact your defensive cards. So you might have average or good or even excellent, depending on your personnel, and you're getting like a double bonus from that. And in those leagues, like if you have a good defense, like literally like a good instead of average, you can literally just stand there all day long and call pass and play really good defense. I'm in Autumn Wind. I plan on staying in Autumn Wind for a while at least. So I'm not criticizing Autumn Wind. I'm just saying that under Dennis does in Battle Royale, in Stratomatic football, if you play with what we call double counting, you play with no dump off and double counting, defense becomes way, way easier, and you can pretty much just stand there. However, let me issue a caveat to that. In Autumn Wind, they do play the white die 6 for the linebackers, and we're now in an era the last 2 or 3 years, especially, where there seems to be, I didn't look at the numbers, but there seems to be a paucity of linebacker 6s, particularly on the outside. So you might play a guy who's good, and his linebackers are 4-5-4, and if you've got a decent quarterback with the flats, you can hammer in with the flats. And if you have a decent running game, it's like away you go because you're hammering the flats, and now you're running, guess wrong, and he's getting annoyed. And there are some coaches, I think, who have had a lot of success in an environment with no dump off and with double counting, who I don't think are accustomed to coaching when they have to actually move their defenders around a lot and really try to stop the offense. I think some coaches in that environment get used to just standing there and calling pass and patting themselves in the back for giving up 10 points a game. And when they get put into a position where, oh no, I've got a coach, they tend to struggle. There's a lot of really good coaches in Autumn Wind, so I'm not saying that Autumn Wind specifically has bad coaches or anything like that. I'm just saying that that's my opinion on that dynamic. And I would say just a couple of coaches have that issue. Most of the coaches who are good coaches take advantage of the rules, whether they're playing in dump off or non-dump off, double counting or non-double counting. But I do think there are a couple of guys who are used to that environment and used to that style of coaching defense. And when they have when it's their one-trick ponies in defense, and when they don't have that,
switch, they don't have that switch. There's nothing there.
Yeah, exactly. There's no juice.
Hey, Tom.
Exactly.
I've got I've got another game
about to-
set up for this morning.
All right.
In Dennis's 1993 stock league, so I've got to bail and play a game with the 93 Rams now.
Yes, I was getting ready to end this as well. So, all right, Zeb, you enjoy it. I'm sure it won't be as exciting as the one you just played, although one never knows. But this is an amazing game, and
congrats again, and I'll reach out to you about the S28 Super Bowl. Let's get that scheduled.
Yeah, I saw you. I saw you just posted the
Pre-file.
the league file. So I'll download that. I'm pretty busy this weekend, but we might be able to play weeknight this week.
he muted himself.
Sounds good.
Sounds
Sounds good. Sorry, I was answering, but I forgot I muted myself.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Thanks,
Take care.
Dennis.
That's like to
And
peek his head in the
congratulations
room
on
and then
that
went out.
game against Ron. Thanks for calling the game, Tom. Always
You're
good to
welcome.
talk to you.
It was my pleasure. Absolutely, you too. It was nice to do this again. All right, good luck the rest of the way. I plan on calling a couple more, depending on things. I'm real busy the next 7 days, but I do plan on doing that. All right,
Okay.
Zeb, we'll talk to you later. All right, later, man.
Bye.
Take care, buddy. Bye. All right, folks, so that's it. Dallas 42, Cincinnati 39. In overtime, easily on the short list. This is like that Miami-San Diego playoff game. One of the greatest SOMIFA games of all time. One of the greatest SOMIFA playoff games of all time. This will go down in the annals. We had a great broadcast. We had some nice post-game commentary there. I hope you enjoyed it. It was amazing. And we'll look for some more SOMIFA playoff action. I'm real busy nowadays. I don't stay up late at night anymore, so I don't know how many games I can call. But there are actually only 7 individual games remaining, and I'll try to get in there and call a couple. My schedule will open up after the next week, so you might have me more readily for the semifinals and with the Super Bowl. But there are other people. Dennis Crowley, Jay Villian has called games. Tim calls games. Mike Reeves is having some technical difficulty right now, but he certainly calls games. All right, guys, this was an amazing game. I cannot state it and restate it enough. Cowboys 42, Bengals 39. 1 for the annals. Adios.